too mucheth.
No, I know.
Okay, so I think it's over there. So your question again was what?
Um, when was the comment about sucking Dennis's penis? Was that the night
Okay, at the
before?
end of last episode, didn't Portia say that Dennis liked to have his thing sucked and
Yes.
that must be, I don't know who exactly said it to get Portia there, or did Portia say it? Can somebody put it in the chat?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that somebody must have asked Portia, like, do you think they're serious? You think they're all hooking up? You think they're hooking up? I think actually somebody said to her, like, do you think they're hooking up? And she's like, well, he likes BJ's. If he's not serious with a chick, he'll get BJ's or something like that. So
Yeah,
and they're
and
like,
then in
well, they
the
must be
confessional, she
sucking
said all
they
that.
must be sucking his pee pee. Drew must be sucking his pee pee then. And I'm just like,
Well,
okay.
you know, it's interesting. Maybe because they're not married, they haven't made Dennis gay. But for her to
I
be
mean,
pretending like Dennis has like this, like he's all that when they're,
I know,
you know what I mean? Like he
I
wasn't
know.
even all that when he was yours. Like
Exactly. And I
it's
really don't
weird.
think I do understand now why she doesn't want. I know now why when she said it, I just don't. It looks hella fucking weird with you now with another housewife, right? So
No, no, she's being a
even
control
if they're
freak.
just friends, even if
She's
I
being a
think she
control
knows
freak.
something. I think she knows something.
Mamaire, how are you? Are you out of the hospital yet? And she said it was Portia implied that Drew sucked the penis.
Portia implied that that's what I mean. So I really do think that she knows something, right? Because why would she
Hmm.
say it?
Well, I don't
Because
really know. Maybe it's because it's on her mind because she had just
or
left the
Dennis
event
told
of
her,
watching Brit suck peen. So
or
now
Dennis.
that's going to be the soup du jour of the season is going to be something around blowjobs the rest of the season. It's going to be an oral fixation season because Kenya started it off with that. And that's going to be the first thing in somebody's subconscious that comes to the front, right? So maybe
Yeah,
because she was asked about smashing and for some reason took it to a BJ.
right, and
Like,
that's the thing.
so
Like,
yeah,
I think it's true. I think Dennis only gets BJ's from chicks, and he says it. I think that's his excuse anyway to what's her face to Portia, right? But
yeah.
the reason is because I just feel like she's overly mad at them and not telling us why because they probably told her not to say anything. Don't say anything yet because it does look hella weird with him with another housewife. But if they're only boss and partner or whatever, boss and employee,
Yeah, they're
she should
just
be there. They're
producers
just
in
making
music.
money.
I mean, I
She's
don't
making
think
money for them.
honestly, I don't honestly think that Drew is doing anything with that boy's hot dog. I feel
No,
like it's totally just music. She literally has Ralph downstairs.
right.
There's no way that Dennis all of a sudden became her type because you
She's
know
a
what
number.
I'm saying? Specifically for sex. Now, I am going to continue to say that him supporting her with her dream of music and when it takes off, when it blows up, because this is excellent music they're doing together.
Oh my
Excellent.
god, that's what I'm
They're
saying. Like,
both single and it's excellent music. And
right?
when she blows up right, I can see her appreciation bubbling
Yeah.
into a type of attraction that
Well,
might warrant some sex, but only after Ralph is out of the picture. Ralph is crazy. You know how Ralph would use this against her? She
yeah.
just couldn't even get the court document sealed. You know how Ralph would use it against her if
If
he
they found out.
smelled peen on her breath? You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like she
Yeah.
would have a whole lot of issues. Now he's a philanderer,
Right.
uh, uh, knowing
I
everybody
see.
knows he was going to wherever, right? But if she
Mhm.
did it with Dennis, you don't think he would use that against her?
I think they would make sure that he never found out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Because I
I
just
just don't see it happening. I
yeah.
feel like Portia is projecting because she's a woman that would suck another man's penis while he's married to the
I'm
whole other woman that's pregnant by a whole other
gonna
man.
say another whole other man
Still,
with that whole thing.
he still didn't, he
He probably
still
just
was
got
not divorced from that situation.
pregnant.
Allegedly, she was smashing somebody else's husband before.
Maybe
You know what
Portia.
I'm saying?
I would,
Allegedly, Portia has a track record of doing this to other people's husbands. And so when it comes up later in the episode, when we get to it with Angela, that's
mhm.
why I'm feeling a little stronger right now, is
Okay.
because she's doing it again. She's threatening to do exactly what she does all the time again. So she's just saying, what
Is that
she's
what she
about to do.
said? That's right. I must have missed that one part. Everybody, I keep reading about how she said that. And I was like, she said that? I
Yeah,
thought
yeah, yeah,
so. So she said maybe I should sleep with her husband then, right, Charles?
yeah,
Okay, okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, hey, you know what?
And
I mean,
Shamia was laughing at it, and
I know.
Kelly, who was very upset with. We can wait till we get there. Never mind. Let's keep going in court. Let's keep. I'm going to try to stay in your order today because I'd be all over the place.
I'm
Squirrel.
all over the place too. I am because my notes like I took my notes and I didn't like read them right, but
No, I
um,
have them too. I actually
the
have
way I
notes.
just the way I literally just lead me into their shacks. I
Oh
mean, all
wait,
right,
I
so
didn't mean text. I'm
the first
sorry.
thing
Let me.
the first thing I remember is them all wake. They went somewhere the night before. Cynthia is out with out to lunch and they're waiting for Drew. So yeah, Cynthia and Angela, they were out to lunch and they're waiting for Drew to show up, which was the next day. And when she shows up, Angela's like, oh, I just need you to tell Drew you're here. Or, I'm sorry, say hi to Porsha, say happy birthday, just to take the heat off of me for a little bit because she really doesn't really want you here.
Right.
I want you here. And then I also feel like Drew didn't come the night before because of Dennis, but that's just my jaded thing. But I mean, when
Right.
they're sitting there, like, when they're sitting there talking, and Cynthia always reminds Angela that baby daddies they hit different. But freaking her baby daddy worked with what's his face, not having sex,
Peter
but
worked
Peter.
with Paulo.
Peter. Yeah, and then didn't Leon
And
do something?
Peter currently hosts Nene and her boo a lot. Like he doesn't, and he hosts Nene's solo too, but I mean, I
Or
don't know
Leon?
that
Was it Leon?
Nene and Cynthia don't even talk like that. So I don't know that she would have
Yeah.
got a call from Nene if they did want to collaborate on Bar 8.
Yeah, why am I getting Cherie? Who's Leon? Is that Cherie's ex-husband? Maybe it was one of
No,
them.
Leon is the famous actor who is in the Five Heartbeats. He is fine as a glass of wine. That man is fine. And it's Noel's dad. So Cynthia
Right.
has a daughter, Noel, and it's
He
Noel's father is a famous actor named Leon. One
right.
word. One
I think
word.
he
That's how
worked with
famous he
somebody.
is. Yeah.
Is that really one word? Just like
Yeah.
DJ
Yeah.
French guy. What's her dude's
Yep.
name? DJ French or something. I know,
Oh
like
yeah, like her new DJ dude. Yeah.
yeah. DJ French or something.
I don't remember
Applebox.
his
I
whole
don't know.
name.
Avicii. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't know. Yeah. So literally, like, when Drew comes in, she's like, she feels like Angela is gaslighting her for saying, well, she didn't really exactly say that she wanted you here. And I don't know. I just felt like it was a little fucked up because I think Drew came there and it's thinking that literally Porsha either wanted her there or was okay with her not being there or was okay with her being there. So I just thought it was kind of fucked up that when she came in there, um, she's like, you gotta talk to who's that? Is that Britt?
That's why they're mad. They are all
They
just
are
hating on
mad.
it.
They must have seen that. Like, and we saw her putting her makeup on in one of these scenes.
And she
Like,
doesn't even need it.
not at all. Not at all. It just makes
She
her
was
look much
taking no, what I think she was taking her makeup off and we couldn't
or
even
that.
tell. I think
Yeah,
that's what it was.
and then she called her dude and she was like glowing and she had no makeup on. I was like,
Yes.
she just looks more gorgeous with makeup. She's gorgeous, but even more gorgeous
Like,
with makeup, but
what if
like
she
doesn't
got a
even
little
do it.
enhancement? Those
Right.
videos of
Doesn't
her
need
being a cam girl, she was not that enhanced. And she was like, oh, the girls that overdo it. I'm happy the way I am. And she was for them, but she saw the other ones was making more money. So she went and got her little tweak on too. And at least right now her thighs are matching her ass. She looked great in her bikinis,
mm-hmm.
and her
Mm-hmm.
boobs she is gorgeous.
She is. But I thought she only did it for like a week.
Only did what for a week?
Webcam.
She did webcam for a week, but then there's another video circulating when she's older after she got the boobs of her and what was it, Love and Hip Hop dude, Stevie J,
TBJ.
Jocelyn's ex,
Oh,
was
Steve
doing this
J.
like penthouse weekend thing. And he had sexy girls when she was older also do it, was still cam work. But I think
What?
that was for like a weekend or something. It wasn't for like a whole season or nothing.
Oh, geez.
Like she did
Yeah.
another shoot after she got her
Yeah.
boobs. And it was still cam work, but I'm still like,
Yeah.
who cares? Who fucking cares?
I get it. I get it. And now I'm just trying to think. I wonder if Stevie gave fucking. I wonder if Stevie gave her that. gave Kenya that.
Ooh, well, I don't know why Stevie J
I don't trust that motherfucker.
would.
So why wouldn't
Yeah,
he?
but I mean, she didn't do
Kenya,
nothing to Stevie, so why would he? I mean, she
Kenya.
said she got him off of the porn site, which makes it a felony. So unless she changes her
Both of them,
story
yeah.
again
Well, not
and
only that,
finally,
it's a felony either way, I think. So, like, I think it's a felony for posting unsolicited porn is also a felony, I think, for reposting somebody's unsolicited porn. But I think Stevie would be the best bet to how she got it because, oh, I don't know,
mhm,
who knows who else? I mean, because I scoured the internet, so did Dana. It is nowhere. Like I
right.
mean, completely scrubbed now. Well,
Yeah,
maybe
no,
now.
it's like it's nowhere. It's
She will.
nowhere. She got it from somebody's personal collection, maybe. Maybe somebody had it in their personal collection and they were like, let me bring this out now, you know?
Now I didn't understand what tipped off Shamia, but when she starts getting upset about she starts talking about abuse in her first marriage. But I didn't understand like the
Um,
phone call that she got, but like I feel really
okay.
bad when she said that. All right, yeah. Do you know how did that went? Because when she said that she
Okay.
was
So
felony,
Shamia. So Shamia.
okay,
Shamia is the one who she said she was in a previous relationship that
yeah,
was abusive
yeah,
and she was in a previous relationship, her first marriage. She was married to dude for a year. They were at this hot spot and he knocked her out of her Louis Vuittons, her red bottoms, in front
mm,
of everybody. And that she was so embarrassed. But then there was this girl, a friend at the time, who she told what was happening to her, and the friend didn't believe her. And
mm,
then to 10 years later, out of the blue, on a cast trip with the girls, get a call, and
mm.
she's like, "Oh, girl, you were right. He was everything you said and worse, right?"
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
she finally felt validated because nobody
Mm.
believed her when she said it was
Oh, I get
happening
it.
the first time. Even though I'm like, if you knocked you out your Louis Vuittons, it was 10 years ago and phone
Yeah,
technology wasn't what it is today. So
right.
maybe nobody saw it, so nobody believed you like that, like there wasn't like
Yeah.
CCT footage of the event. But she got out of that relationship and she was able to pull herself back together and
Mm.
play it off and be happy and do her stuff until she met her dude. And yeah. But then did you notice how Portia's basically a copycat?
Yeah.
Everything Shamia does better, Portia tries to do, and it looks like you're just trying to copy the original.
Yeah.
So and for it to be Shamia's first season and her look like the original that's getting copied by one of the, premier cast, because Portia's not an OG either, right?
Right.
So for Portia to be like
Mm.
tenured on the cast, but come off secondary to everything Shamia's house better. She can film in it.
Oh my
Shamia's
God.
Rolls
Yeah.
Royce
Great guy.
definitely paid off and in her name.
Mhm.
Shamia's clothes, they're better. They're
Right.
better because she can get she you see how often Shamia jumps in the pool in all
Yeah.
designers. She has like $5,000,
It's,
$10,000 worth of clothes,
yeah.
and she jumps in chlorine water
In
every
her
chance she
clothes.
gets, you guys. Okay?
Me
Like
too.
she has other people problems.
I,
And even getting this phone call later in the episode, we're gonna see Portia act all sullen because she allegedly gets a phone call from somebody that says they were filming together.
yeah.
And it's like you're copying what just happened
Mm.
5 minutes ago in
I
the
get
same
it.
episode. At least spread it out. Like every
I
freaking
was
thing.
right. Okay. Because I was like so confused. I'm like, why? So I'm like, Shamia's upset. And I heard her talking to Cynthia about it, and then all of a sudden we got Ken. We have. Then I remember Portia being upset because the filming with Dennis stopped.
Yeah. Yeah.
But again, it's we never knew anything. Like I remember now, Shamia saying that. I remember even though 2008 was a very long time ago, or whenever I'm not 2008 when whenever she talked about it at Kenya's event, I vaguely remember this. But again, like she said, nobody clocked it really. Like I just can't even
Hmm.
believe they didn't believe her. But or I mean, we didn't clock it either. Really, I mean, I didn't anyway. Um, But and then I always get Cynthia and Sheree confused. I don't know why, but Cynthia, did she say that she understands because it happened to her? Oh no, it's her mother. Sorry, it's her mother. Her mother.
Right. Her mother
Right.
was in
Okay.
the domestic violence flashback to 2018 at Kenya's event.
Okay. Oh, I see. That's what I was like. Wait a minute. 2008 Kenya's event. I'm like, that was too long ago. So what was in 2008? Okay, that's when they. Okay, I get it. See, I'm so confused. But
Yeah, so Shamia had shared it then.
that's a long time
And
ago.
then now all in 2025 or
Oh,
2024, I guess when they were
shit, it's
filming, she
2025.
gets a call from a
Okay.
person from her past about that situation that she did the PSA for. How crazy
No,
is that?
oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. So would that girl date him or something, and then found out he was
It
abused?
kind of sounded like it. It kind of sounded
Oh,
like
like,
Shamia was trying to warn. How did you guys in the chat take it? It kind of to me sounded like Shamia was trying to warn her about this guy, and she was like, "Oh no," and still went through with it. And now she's coming back 10 years later saying she was right.
yeah,
That's what I took it. She didn't
yeah.
say all that, but I took it like she's like, I tried to warn her and she didn't listen.
I
Yeah.
get it. I get it. Well, yeah, you know what? You know how and also like I don't know, 10 years later you break up with a dude. I don't know what it is about. I hate that shit. Calling the girl like, oh yeah, you were right. Like calling his girlfriend or ex-girlfriend or whatever. I just think that's fucking horseshit. But anyway.
Well, I feel like, but that, hey, that helped her heal. She needed to
Yeah.
know all this time, even
The
with her
girl
rich husband and their fabulous house,
but don't
they
wait till
don't
after
even have a
when
number
y'all
on their
break up to
house.
tell me that though, You wait
You
till
just
after
go
y'all
to the
break up.
house on that street. You go to the house on that street, and that's Shamia's house because there's no number for it
Yeah.
because it's
Oh my
so
God.
awesome.
Like Gene Hackman. Remember Gene Hackman? Gene Hackman's house was so amazing and so on its own road that they didn't have a house number. That's why people were like,
Yeah,
why didn't you give the house number to call
yeah,
911? And people were like, well, why
yeah,
did the guy say, I'll show you how to get there? It's like, because literally the house was so fucking huge and on such an amazing piece of land that like you didn't need one.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but okay. So then we go to Coyote Ugly, right? Well, we have whiskey. Why again is there two separate things? Whiskey tasting at Whiskey Barrel, and
Well,
then
usually on most of the girls' trips, don't they usually split the cast like Marisol and
yeah,
so and so? Like the
but this
only time on Real Housewives of Miami we ever saw
what?
um Alexia have fun was if Marisol was someplace else. Remember that? And
Yeah.
so they do sometimes split it up just so you can see the vibe of the
Okay.
location. You know, like some people will go
Yeah.
snorkeling, others will go horseback riding, some might go in
Okay.
the, you know what I mean? So they usually
And
do
then they made up they're
split
like things. I
things.
guess like we're gonna do two things tomorrow. Half you guys go here. We'll
Hmm.
give you a half. Because remember she's like,
Hi,
"Where's Drew
Shells.
going?"
Yeah, where's
Hey,
Drew going?
everybody, all curvies. Hello, curvies. Please smash all our buttons, both
Smash the
sides.
buttons. Yes.
Largest stuff's everywhere. Share, like, subscribe, all that. So Coyote Ugly, that's where I start getting lost at because once they all start doing all that, I get confused. So did when Drew talks to Porsha and he tries to hand her a bottle of whiskey for her birthday, is Portia's already in it? Porsha already knows about the whole dentist thing, right? Because
Yeah, that
like,
was much
okay,
later. So, but at Coyote Ugly, um, Shamia has the whole dang block. I love Shamia's life. I love Shamia. She is too good for Portia. Yes. Portia is a
yes,
taker. Yes. Shamia is a giver. Yes. And those relationships are usually one-sided. And it's not until too late from the
we'll
giver. And it's always at the giver's expense because they're a giver. And that's what Shamia is left with. And even now, while they're having a rift in real life, I believe she's saying in her current interviews in 2025 that they're not getting along the way she wishes they would. And she's not saying anything disparaging about her. Her and her mom be praying for them, you know. And Miss Diane is sitting around talking about, you need to be careful of friends like Shamia. And Shamia's been nothing but a great friend to Portia's lying,
so much,
cheating,
yeah,
stealing husband's ass.
so much that we thought she was like a shot girl. She was remember she was a shot girl, or well, she had her bikini on. She was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like we had no idea because Shimmy is such a good friend that she let her
Right.
friend shine all this whole time. And then
Yeah.
but I fucking blame Atlanta for that too. Like Atlanta knew how amazing Shimmy was. Maybe they were waiting to
I
get
had a
rid of
whole
like
list. Wait,
somebody.
I had a whole, let me go further on
Okay,
my
yeah, do
list
your list.
because
Do your
Shelbs is right. Let me tell you the way I would have put my hands and feet on Portia's ass if I overheard that bitch talking about she wanted to jump on my man. Oh,
list. I
hell no. That's
know.
where I got you, girl,
I thought it was Kelly that
girl.
asked that. But didn't Kelly ask
That's
that
not even a
question?
joke from a whore like Portia. That's not a joke. That's a threat.
Mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm.
And I hope somebody can sue her for what's that thing? Alienation of affection. Portia better watch out before she catches a charge of alienation of affection for being a whore who takes people's husbands. Now, Shamia gets a call, Portia gets a call. Shamia has an African, Portia got an African.
Oh my
Shamia
God.
has a Rolls
Didn't
Royce,
even think
Portia
of
got a
it.
Rolls Royce. Shamia has a big house, Portia wants a bigger house
Oh
because
my God.
Portia's house is
Fun.
already big, but she wants an
Yeah.
even bigger house in Atlanta because her house is like, what do they used to always talk about having to drive 2 hours to get to Portia's house?
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And
Fucking
so
over
Shamia
here.
has a
Yeah.
big house, Portia wants a big house. And it's too much. It's too
Oh,
much. It's giving thirst buckets.
baddies.
It's giving, yeah, it's giving
Baddies. Like
baddies. It's giving,
baddies.
what's that? Baddies south, baddies down south. And
Oh my
Portia
God.
is
I was
the
a
face.
picture like,
And even down to their hair, you guys, Shamia has no problem rocking her natural short black hair. Portia is always like just over the top,
late.
overdone.
Late
You
for the
know, but
birthday.
Portia will rock her short hair too, honestly. Portia will rock a short too with her small
I
little
haven't
head.
seen it, but remember
But
she was late to
that was
Shamia's
my
birthday?
list.
Yeah, but she's like literally late to Portia's birthday or Shamia's birthday because her hair wasn't done. Because we saw her,
Yeah,
she was like, "I'm on my way," and she's like, "I didn't go, I didn't put my braids in yet."
yeah.
Like, and I
Oh,
know
Miss
what.
Diane is definitely jealous of Shamia's mom because
Oh
she's
my
not going to get kicked out if she wants to
gosh,
move back in. Shamia and her husband just bought Kim KKK Kim Bieberman Kim and Corey.
no! So is the
Yeah, they bought
accidental?
their house at auction for like $2 million.
Yo, are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Isn't that hilarious?
Fuck
She could
that
let her
bitch.
mom live in. She could let her mom live in Kim's old house. That's why
That's
Diane
gonna
is
piss him
jealous.
off. I just like the fact that's gonna piss him off, and it's gonna be like really pissing
Shamia
off
and Shamia's husband
Shamia's
bought
husband.
Kim
Another
and
house?
Croy's old house. Yeah, he's a
Wow,
freaking,
that's
yeah.
crazy. And I
That came
heard
up on my feed.
they had to have messed because I know that house was. I mean, they were like it was like white trash city over there, man. Like literally,
Well,
cops came every other day. You know the whole thing, which she does.
they can Airbnb that thing out,
Oh, I
you
mean,
know.
yeah.
It was a nice house. I liked it. When it was
Yeah, I
Kim's house, it
do.
was nice. I only watched a couple of those episodes. I tried to give Kim a
I like
chance, and I was
actually
like, I
Frien was
tried, but she was
I
just
liked
so
it
red solo cup.
until so the bitch tried to say she was a size 3. I was like, huh? Bitch, you are not a fucking 3. I was like, you're not a 3. I gotta go. First she was a 7, then she was a 3. I'm like, Kim, you're not a fucking 3. Like, get the fuck out of here. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just saying, like, you're not a 3. You're never a 3. Like, just admit it, you're not. Like, but she's like, I'm a 3. I'm a 3. I'm a 3. I'm like, no, you're not. And your daughter's weird. God, it's literally
What's Shamia's
go get
husband's name? Shamia
Gordon or
by
Greg, Gordon, Greg,
Oh, is it Gordon? Is
Gordon or
he another?
Greg, no, Greg. He reminds me of Greg. He reminds me a little bit of Greg from Potomac, but it's a Potomac, yeah, Potomac. But let's see. Oh, you guys on the panel remember? Not Shumi, no Shemia was not a good friend of Portia. Why? When? How?
When?
When? What are we missing? She was not a good friend of Portia. How? Well, she didn't. Well, I mean, actually, Shamia is basically the glue of everybody, right? Isn't that what she said? Because
Uh-huh.
Shamia, I mean, because I don't think it was that Portia introduced them. I think she knew them already, right? Gerald, sorry, thank you, Gerald. Gerald,
Gerald.
I'm like Gordon, Greg, Gordon, Greg, Gordon. No, I don't think she introduced. Did she introduce that Shamia to that group of people? Because I remember Shamia going, I know this person, I know this person, I knew this one, I knew this one. Basically, like being the force multiply. I thought,
Yeah.
but when was she mean to her? When was she mean to her? Well, all right. I mean, Portia was messed up their friendship. She did. So what she was.
Yeah, here's the story right here. Here, let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Are you reading it? Or
This
are you
came
reading
in March 15th.
it? Oh.
Um,
What happened March 15th? Just the can. Can. Who's that?
oh, let me do this.
So he's cute.
Yeah, for
Or
that,
really.
for that, for that. Oh, wait. No. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Oh, I see Kim. That's funny. Is that? He looks weird.
Yeah,
Kim.
that's
I
coming in.
don't know.
So that's what I
Yeah,
found.
that's amazing. That's
And
amazing. I love when they
and
put
it
like young
had
people.
what's it say? So it says Shamia Morton shocks when revealing husband bought Kim Zolciak's auction house for 2.7 million. The
Mm,
story full of surprises on RHOA.
always. I mean, it's not. Or she's not a part of that. So like, when they're like including Kim in that RHOH, she's not a part of Atlanta. I can't stand. She's not Atlanta anymore. People. She's not
Yeah,
Atlanta. Not Atlanta. She's probably. I mean, honestly, like she is just. She's just trash. She's trash. I feel like she
yeah.
turned into complete trash. But
Kim,
yeah, complete white trash.
yeah, she like had every chance, and she never really. Well,
No,
she
don't
did.
call the
She
cops
did
every
kind
5
of
minutes
stay
with your kid.
trailerish. She
Well,
did
you
kind of
know,
stay trailerish. I don't know. Like she just stayed a little
well,
rough, but
listen, you're out gambling, and then you have your kids in the house, your younger kids, and you're calling the cops and telling their dad
three
psycho
times a day.
3 times a day with your kids right there, and your
Yeah,
kids, your own little
yeah,
like I don't know if they're little boys anymore, but like not telling you you're a bad mom. Like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's why I think it's hilarious that somebody
It
bought
was
her house.
given, you know how like sometimes, I don't know. Okay, so when I was growing up in super poor neighborhoods, sometimes there was this thing, this phenomenon of driving past houses that had an old big box TV. Remember those big things weren't flat.
Yeah,
They used to not be flat. And they
I
would
see.
have an old big box TV in their front yard with a small TV on top of it. Did you guys ever see that yard when you were driving by when you were young? I used to see
Well, I mean, we
like
had
it,
like, I mean, we had people that had couches on their front porch stuff. Like,
yeah,
I
no,
look for
couches
like
is
people put
couches to
couches on their front
but
steps.
literal like TV on a
Yeah.
TV.
I remember the old lady has her house coat on, and she'll be literally in there,
Yes, yes, yes,
she'll be out
yes.
there for years, looking at on the porch on their couch with beer,
But the
and like
TVs didn't work.
when
They
the
just
TV
hadn't
didn't
been
work.
discarded. Yeah, because it was
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes. Don't.
yes,
There's one
yes.
right down the street.
No
Um,
way, really? I haven't seen one in a while. I haven't
oh, I
seen
gotta
one in
take
a
a picture
while
of it. Oh, where
because
I'm
the
at.
TVs are so flat now, you know?
Yeah, not around here. We're still stuck. I mean, this town's not worth it.
How
I mean,
cute,
this
how
town
cute.
because it's a short house too, so like nothing's updated a lot because you're renting your house out to people,
Yeah,
so you're not putting your
yeah.
best TV there. But yeah, we got some sections that
That
like
is so
I'm like, why
funny.
is your
How do
couch?
those
And my mom's like, oh, they need to throw it out. I said, Mom, it's been there for like 3 years. They're not throwing that couch out. It's staying there. Like that was the best with their freaking trailer in the back. It was like that. I'm saying, I mean, I don't remember what did she do though. I don't remember what she
what
did.
does she
What
do?
did she do?
Okay,
I think
wait. Did we lose something? Okay, where are we in the scene and what are they talking about in the
I
comments?
don't even
I'm
know. We're in
lost.
the scene. We're at the scene where, well, I'm at. Let's see. Where Britt feels like Angela's playing the victim. Um, or so Angela and Britt. I guess it was Angela and Britt were talking, or somewhere they were out talking, and
Okay,
Porsha.
so they were at the whiskey and they
Okay,
had
yeah,
a moment, right?
yes. And Kelly was
Did
like,
we
"I heard."
finish Coyote Ugly? I'm sorry, Krista. Did we
No,
finish?
no, you didn't. Probably not. Probably not. See Coyote Ugly.
I thought that was a cute scene. I
I,
loved that movie Coyote Ugly. It had Tyra
I did
Banks in it.
too.
I loved that movie. I always wanted to go to a stage with some boots on and stand up there and he on his freaking bar, you know. Um,
I got a lot of.
and
I got
I
pictures.
love I love that whole vibe. They all looked great. Can we say how beautiful everybody looked?
Yes,
And
and sexy.
how they had the whole bar shut down for them. That was giving fame. And But they were very like sexual with all those
Shot, shot,
shot,
shot, shot.
especially with what they're saying in the comments about the whole sex dungeon Porsha Shamia
Yeah.
rumor
Wait.
from
Okay. The sex
so
dungeon is.
part in the conversation
Yeah.
where Phaedra was lying on Shamia. First, she lied on Shamia.
Oh, I thought I didn't
And
know she went on Shimmy at first.
yeah, she said that Shamia and Candy had a sexual
Right.
relationship and had been, boinking for a while at a lunch with
Oh
Portia and Sheree. Remember that? I don't know what season that
no,
was.
no.
And then later that same season, she told Portia that Candy wanted to drug her and have sex with her in her dungeon. That's the same season. She also
Oh,
had lied
yeah.
about Shamia, though. And
But she
Portia sat there and was
lied.
like, really? Shamia, what? And then when Shamia found out about it because Sheree can't hold water, when
Right.
Shamia
She,
found out about it and went to Portia, and she's like, yeah, so um, Phaedra was saying that I did something with Candy. And Portia lied and said, "Oh, I didn't hear that," but she was totally sitting there talking, responding in the conversation. The eighth housewife played it back.
hmm.
And, Shamia saw what really happened,
Yeah.
but she still forgave Portia even after that, you guys, and is still holding Portia down to this day.
Why was that fucking
So,
Phaedra? Why is Phaedra coming back? So was it
to
Phaedra that
ruin
made it up?
everything.
Did Phaedra make it? Okay, don't ruin it. So, but Phaedra's the
Yeah,
one who
Phaedra's a freaking liar.
so she created that rumor about Candy and see and Jamaica. Wow, what the hell?
Yeah.
So is there any truth to it? Like, why would she lie about two
Well,
things? Even if
neither of them have ever admitted that
it,
she was right, and they haven't told the story on their own. And as a matter of fact, Shamia got interviewed by, I think it was Angela Yee, who used to be with the Breakfast Club. She has her own thing now.
yeah.
And she got interviewed by Angela and asked the question, how did you feel about that? Did you ever get that squared away? And she's like, actually, no. Phaedra's never apologized to her for that.
Mhm. Okay.
And had she had a closet to come out of, that should have been her story to tell, was her point. Like,
Right,
she's
right,
like,
right.
if I did have a closet to pop out of, she wasn't the one to have me do that on TV. Like, she said she was dating Gerald at the time. And
Fuck yeah.
yeah, and he's like, oh, really? But, she's so fun loving, free, carefree. It didn't
Right.
affect it like it could have, but it still got brought up.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying? Like,
and
yeah, phony ass Fei Fei.
Sony has favorite, and if it's said
Did
on
you
camera,
see?
so it doesn't matter. They have to talk about it, and then it's always going to be like in the back, even if it's not true. Somebody in
Hmm.
Bravo is always going to think it's true because you said it on camera. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? They're always
Exactly.
just like the stripper
And
and the
I feel
cheat.
like that's kind of what's going on with Drew and this whole "did you suck his dick" thing. Because
Yeah.
why are you bringing that up?
Right.
Why even put that on my mind? I don't want to imagine it, because when I
I don't.
imagine Dennis's thing, I literally imagine it with a bun because he sells
I do
hot dogs.
too.
It's not
I do
pretty.
too. I do too. And I think a hot, yeah, I think of like a hot dog, exactly. And that's the first thing that comes to my mind is hot dog. Like, I mean,
Yes.
I know you can grow into love. Maybe they can grow in
Hmm.
because I do think he's a good guy. But then when he says shit like when he says shit or when Portia says shit like, oh, he just gets blowjobs because he's not that serious. Like, how many blowjobs are you getting? Like, how many times are you getting blowjobs that she was aware of? Like, you know what I mean? How many times is he answering about hooking up with a chick? Oh, I don't take her. You know, he gets blowjobs when he's not that serious. He tells me all the time. It's like, I mean, is he a good guy or am I thinking? I don't know.
Uh-huh. I saw
And
your, no, I'm seeing your comments. I still don't know if Portia was doing all of that to Shamia, sitting around gossiping about her with other people. Then how was Shamia not being a good friend to Portia?
right,
Wasn't she just returning her,
right.
like being the kind of friend she was getting, kind of? I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
of course.
really, because she and Shamia was secondary. Shamia didn't have a peach. I wasn't paying attention to Shamia that season a lot, except for that a peach holder Phaedra brought up that she was smashing another
Ooh,
peach holder Candy. That's the only reason I was really paying Shamia dust. That, and then when she talked to a peach holder, Porsha, about why didn't you say anything when the other peach, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't
Yeah,
really,
yeah, yeah.
maybe I missed how Porsha was dissed by Shamia because Shamia wasn't primary to me.
Okay, I got it. So it was okay because Shamia didn't stick up for. So second season when the whole thing about Candy having a sex dungeon one and allegedly drug Porsha. Yeah, remember that? Okay. I mean, I remember that. I didn't know about the Shamia stuff, but Shamia didn't stick up for her, is what you're saying. That's why she was like, I dropped the link already. Why don't you? Oh, stop. I mean, it's 1,000 pound sisters. I don't know. I'm literally about to. I'm not even gonna say because I'll start talking about it too much. I'm obsessed with the Karen Reed trial right now, and I'm gonna talk about. I'm not gonna get into it. I had no idea how fucking awesome it was, but that's the whole thing. I can't get into any more shows right now. I'm like literally about to. Yeah. Um.
So what did I have wrong about? Look, I'm not arguing with
I don't
nobody,
know.
but what
I
did I
don't know.
have
That's
wrong
what I'm trying to
about?
figure out.
What
Yeah.
I said about that season,
Yeah.
that shit happened. So
Right.
I don't know what part you're talking about, though, Lady Virgo. But yeah, she
Yeah.
dropped the link. Come through.
Yeah.
Come through, boo. Come
Yeah.
through. But the Coyote Ugly, it was nice. The whiskey
The
was the
whiskey.
other scene simultaneously happening, and
Oh,
Cynthia was lit. I like a lit Auntie Cynthia. She was hilarious.
she's a lightweight. I like it too. I
They
like
well,
it.
they showed how many she had, like 9 or 10, or she was
I
tossing
know.
them
There's
back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, they just, she's not a light. She's like, I'm a lightweight. I'm like, no, they didn't show me. They didn't like, they were like, no, Cynthia, let me just show everybody how many you had. um,
Yeah, I like Cynthia's what she's doing so far. She's a voice of reason.
yes, yes, yes,
I'm
yes.
really appreciating her. Now
So,
her wigs, some of them are questionable, but
short haired one.
um, yeah, the short. Why is she doing those fucking bobs? Everybody should have learned from that bob Nene did that season. That's still a meme to this day. To never do a Dutch bob again. Like that's those are
I know.
no's,
Or,
especially in 613. That
yeah,
freaking bleach blonde, platinum bleach
that's,
blonde color. No,
she has awesome
stop.
hair. Yeah, like I like her hair long. She looks amazing because her and Lynn have the best. Like I'm telling you, for their age, I don't even want to say for their age.
Yeah.
Their bodies are amazing. Their bodies are 25-year-olds. So
Yes.
like when
Yes.
they have their longer hair, it's like Cynthia looks 25 years younger, 30 years younger
She does. She
with her
does.
hair short. But so okay, so we're gonna get so this is where I get lost again. So they go back to the
Brought it up.
room. The whole pool. Somebody's recording somebody. Angela's recording them because she thought they were talking about her. And
You didn't say nothing about the Angela and Britt getting to their
their little like I'm sorry thing.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I had just 3 notes on
No, go
that.
ahead.
Let's
Go ahead.
see.
What's that?
Angela Drew.
Bear with
Okay,
me.
so Angela Porsha. Did it the
She's
same
like,
thing on
I
both
feel like you're mad
sides?
at me. Or like
Oh,
Angela's mad at Brit. Wait, what? How did that even go?
yeah,
Yeah.
like Angela feels mad at Britt, and Britt was like, "You came in hot at me at the peace brunch," and Angela's like, "Well, you came in like really entitled," and Cynthia was like, "I'm trying to tell her how to show up after you just saw her with a dick in her mouth. How are you trying to tell her how to show up after being humiliated like that?" And then Britt was like, "Yeah, you guys didn't have any compassion or empathy or nothing for me.
I
Like,
also
where
feel like
was it for me?" And then,
yeah.
did you guys see Drew rolling her eyes? I'm convinced Drew has something to do with it because when Britt
Yeah.
was talking at the whiskey bar and Angela and Cynthia, Drew was the only one kind of not saying something until she did. But right before she did, she's kind of looking over there, like rolling her eyes and doing her hands, like,
She is
"Are
a
we
stud.
done yet?" It was weird. And then she chimes in and was like, "Well, can you just understand that we were missing our friend?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm like, I
if
stopped what I
you,
was doing. I was like, you were missing your friend. You're missing. They were all missing their friend. The fuck.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
especially Drew. Especially Drew. Like,
But Britt came in entitled. But you guys are sitting there missing
That's
a
what I'm
person that
fucking
did a committed a
saying.
felony in front of you. She made all you guys accomplices to a
Yeah,
felony, and you guys miss her.
that's what I was confused. I was like, you missed who? You missed Kenya that day? I'm like, what does that
Ken
have to
would
do with
not be
Brit?
simping
Like,
for these bitches. Think about it. Ken
Brit was
has
bigger.
never brought up really another lady that's gotten off the show. She's not trying to
No,
get them their jobs back. Never has she ever. Has Ken ever
no,
done
no.
anything to try to help a
And
woman get on the show, keep her job, or get brought back? Has she ever?
never. And Drew, of all people, it's like, Drew, why are you so? First of all, Cynthia is the queen. Cynthia's the queen bee in this conversation, and
Yes.
Angela understood it coming from Cynthia how fucked up it was. But then
Right.
Drew's got to come in with like, but
Yeah. And that's why I'm like,
like,
something's up
stop.
with Drew.
Like, who are
Drew is
you, lady?
shifty.
Dirty,
Yes, very
dirty wig
shifty.
giver, dirty wig
Very,
giver,
very shifty.
dirty wig giver.
You're crying in the back seat because you were wanting to air quote protect Ralph, allegedly. And now you're being all, oh, we're missing a felon. And
Yeah,
and you're taping with, I don't really have a problem with it,
I
but
miss my
since other people
friend.
do, I'm gonna add it to the list. And you're taping with another person's husband.
Yeah,
The person who she shattered, basically Porsha shattered any rules around husbandry on a
mhm.
franchise for her to be able to walk off set with that lady's husband, be married to him, and then come back divorcing him. She basically like shattered the line, right? So from now
Right.
on,
Or
it's everything's up for grabs in these housewives streets. And you guys let the freaking fox back into the
blow
hen
job,
house.
yeah, blow jobs, husbands, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
I did. So yeah, and also, why is she speaking for everybody? Because the only person that had a fucking problem with it was Angela. Nobody
Hmm.
else said we miss our friend. I don't remember anybody saying, like, for her to speak for the whole group, like, but don't you understand we missed our friend? And then Cynthia's like, no, it should have never been done. Like, it just should have never happened. And again, it's not Brit's fault what Kenya did. It's
Right.
not, and she apologized. So Drew, you're a little like, whoever's telling you you're a puppet. Like, she's a puppet. Whoever's telling you to say what you're saying, you sound stupid as fuck. Like, she, first of all, and well, Angela too. First of all, she did apologize. She wasn't coming in hot. She like, she apologized. She took accountability. So that's fucked up, Angela, that night. And then poor and Drew, nobody fucking said Angela's the only one who had a problem. Nobody said we miss Kenya. We miss Kenya. Speak for us. We miss Kenya. Nobody misses
Yeah.
Kenya. Nobody
Who
misses Kenya.
misses a felon, right?
Exactly.
Get her PFN number and write to her.
Right? Go to her salon. Go to the salon she's working at or work
Yeah, go
owns.
get your hair done.
I keep
Make a
asking everybody
TikTok
I talk
for
to.
her.
I keep
But
asking
all
certain
this
people.
simping for Ken is ridiculous in my opinion.
I keep asking everybody about the whole salon thing, owning the salon. I'm like, how do you feel if, because
What do
I
they
watched
say?
it
What
in
is
well, in the confessionals, this fucking dumb bitch has the balls to say, I can jump in and shampoo. See, I jump in and help shampoo, and that's the only thing you're allowed to do. You
yeah,
cannot, they can't go to you and say, if this is wrong, what should I do? If this is wrong, how can I fix this? Can you come help
right.
me, boss? And I think it's half and half. People are half 50-50 with it. I was like, all right. Because then somebody was on, I think it was like George Clooney played like, George Clooney is actually like a journalist now because he played a journalist in a movie. And I'm like, well,
Uh-huh.
just because he plays a journalist movie doesn't mean he's an actual journalist. Like, he can go out there and be a journalist. I said, just because
Right.
she owns a salon doesn't make her a fucking beautician. Like, she can't go around talking about beauty secrets. I'm just or beauty things or whatever. And I was like, and then I just asked I made a poll and I was like, well, she could be a silent partner. I said, but she's not a silent partner. She is on the floor walking around, allegedly walking around and all that, and like acting like she can do things at the salon, but she can't. She can't even help them. Probably why I'm telling you, it's probably one of the reasons it closed down too. I'm just saying. I just feel I don't know, maybe not. I don't
Yeah.
know how she didn't get business because even being her, just being Kenya Moore, should make women want to work there and want to be there. You know, I don't know. Don't you think? I feel like housewives businesses do really well because they're housewives. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
They
And I feel like that's probably why she thinks she doesn't have to do anything.
right.
You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
But if it's not even open anymore, like, what did she do wrong? I mean, except for, I mean, this is one thing, but like, again, you might have had already people working it. Did people quit on you? Like, why isn't it's a year later? I don't know. Side note. But so when did the whole thing with Charles? Charles has a baby come up. Allegedly has another baby. How does everybody know about Charles having another baby besides the fact that
Is
Angela?
that in this episode?
Well, maybe. Well, yeah, I thought it was.
I think it's, let
Somebody
me
in the
see. I think
confessionals
it's
said
the
Charles
topic.
allegedly
Let me see. Angela looking.
has a
I
baby.
no, it was Angela looking and hearing them at 2:30 in the morning
Yeah,
happened this episode. I don't think the whole baby thing got brought up yet. Um,
Porsha. I think Porsha. The Angela better stop or I'll fuck her husband. I think she said allegedly she has another baby. He has a love child or something. It was confessionals. Maybe it was just well, Porsha said it, but I
I
mean,
think it might be a preview or
preview.
something.
Oh, okay,
But
sounds
in
like something.
this episode, after they get back from the cowboy dinner that Drew left from because Portia was
Was
acting horribly.
and
Have we
doing
seen
tall
Portia
ride,
in many
right?
Lifetime movies? No. Portia was acting horribly. She was overacting. Have you guys ever heard of overacting? She was
Just like
overacting.
misery. What's wrong, Portia? What's wrong,
Yeah,
Portia? She
yeah,
wanted everybody to go, what's wrong, Portia?
yeah. Do you have
Oh,
a friend like
nothing.
that in your life? Have you ever
Yes,
had a friend like that? That
yes.
like you guys go out to have fun
And
and
it
she's not getting enough
purposely,
attention. Yes,
yeah.
yes. I've had that friend in my life too.
I have friends like that. Well, I don't have friends
Hmm.
anymore because of that now.
Yeah, not
No, but
anymore.
seriously, like if you want to, that's what she was doing. She wants everybody to ask her what's wrong. But
Yeah,
again, she's like, but I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring it up. But I didn't
yeah.
bring it up.
She was
I know
acting
I
like
told
Eeyore
her.
from Winnie the Pooh. She was like,
She was. That's what she was
oh,
doing. Yeah. Poor
oh,
me. Everybody hates me.
oh,
What's wrong with you?
oh.
I do nothing. Nothing's
It was
wrong.
horrible acting.
You're
Horrible. And then for it to be exactly what Shamia started the day with, oh, I got a phone call. Oh, poor me.
Yep. Wow, you're so right
You
about that.
straight. Portia, is it okay if I'm here? I don't want to ruin anything. I brought you this bottle of whiskey.
She could have brought her.
You straight.
Okay. It's like
I'm not
you.
a mean girl.
I know. Yes, we remember, but I mean, if Wendy Wynn was, listen, why was he in New York then? What made him move to New York? I know that it was said by Wendy Williams, right? I believe it because I don't understand why would Wendy say it and why would he stay in New York for an amount of time that all it was they were fighting because he got kicked out of a.
Well, okay. So just today, let me see if I can find the
Oh, I
TikTok.
missed something.
There was a TikTok earlier
Oh,
today that shows Angela and her self in these bangs are horrible. I don't know, but she has these bangs
mm,
happening in an interview recently where the lady's like, now what is all this about a break baby? That's what it
a
said.
break
Angela
baby,
addresses break baby.
break
And
baby.
Angela
Well,
says
well,
that Wendy and Charles have known each other for years, like 30 years or whatever.
okay, well, okay.
And her, Angela, and Wendy and Charles were all at this party. And that she goes up to Angela goes up to Wendy, who she knows through Charles,
Mm-hmm.
and says, girl, you just need to let it go. It's just a baby. It's just a baby. And she says Wendy blew up at her and was like,
Oh,
well, how would you
Wendy
know? Yeah, Wendy blew up at her and was like, how would you know?
because
Did it happen to you? And she said, yes, it happened to me. And she says, Wendy says she made a motion towards Charles, but
mm,
that's not who she was talking about. Angela says that her 25-year-old daughter's father had a baby on her. And that's who she was talking about in the conversation that Wendy
ah,
Williams got mixed up and then took to the streets. But she never told Wendy to fuck up about it either. Wendy hasn't been on our TV sets in a purple chair for at least 2
yeah.
years, y'all. And she
Yeah.
said that in the purple chair, and she
Yeah.
never had Wendy correct that shit and tell her to stop it or address it or nothing. So I'm
Right.
kind of like,
And again, like he went to New York to take a break from her, but like for what? Like across the well, no, I mean it's a far ways to go. It's a lot of states away for somebody that just got kicked out of a Lakers game or a Nets game and or got kicked out of the whatever. He was
oh,
a
and
I
she
mean
was like, yeah, and that was his
the
life.
Wolves.
He has scars on his body from being in that Knicks stadium that are still visible to this day. So to be kicked out, it really hurt him. It really hurt him. And I'm like,
He was
oh,
aware that he
okay,
wasn't welcome. He was aware he wasn't welcome there. Right? Like he was
that's
aware that he
okay.
wasn't welcome.
I don't know why he wouldn't have been welcome if he has a
He was
legacy there. I don't know what happened.
I think that yeah. I listen. I don't think there's anything wrong with Charles. I just think that he's just a little like not with the bullshit with this
Yeah,
show. I think he's just not
yeah.
with the bullshit. Like he's not engaging and he doesn't want anything to do with it really. Like he's just like your petty little friends or that's what I don't like. He's like your petty. I just feel like he's not taking it seriously, and I feel a little bad for Angela with that because he kind of dismisses her. But I get that feeling. Like you get dismissed on one little thing, you feel like you're whole, like you're dismissing everything in your life. And
Yeah.
I don't know if like if it she's just I don't know. I don't know. It's a
I
shame
don't
because
know. I don't know. If it ends up being true, then we'll find out. But
they
again, it's like, is that something you tell a group of new Sallies? Oh, by the way, my husband has a break baby. No,
no.
I don't understand. People are
Well,
jumping the gun in these conversations. If this is really
right.
going to become a topic, then they're jumping the gun in these conversations.
And you
You
know what's kind of
just
fucked
met
though?
Brit. You didn't even give her a chance to tell you that she was a cam girl or used to give great blowjobs. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even give her a chance. And people are pretending like Brit's somehow being um un not honest,
Right.
dishonest. She's
Dishonest.
somehow being dishonest by omitting her past, but we're only what, 7 episodes in now?
Right.
We haven't even got to really hear from her. We don't have no idea what's left on the editing floor.
A
It's
lot of
all had to be
everything.
in defense of her having this felony done against her,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
And it's a lot. And the people are jumping the gun even on this. When, the poor Angela hasn't even found the right glue for her wigs with
I know.
this group of ladies
I know.
so that her stuff's not always rippling. You think she's really in the front of her mind thinking about what we're thinking about? No, I don't think so, you guys. Give her a
No.
chance to like get her glue together
She's
before
just
she's like, oh yeah, by the way, he has a break baby. Like, why is this even coming up?
yeah, she just got
Leave
her nose
people's
fixed. Let's give her
relationships
a chance.
alone. It's weird.
She
Leave
just got
people's
her nose
relationships
fixed.
alone.
She yeah, we'll just go. We'll let Angela go for a little bit. She just fixed her nose. She's all right. She looks so different. Her nose looks way better. It does. It looks way better with the fillers
She
and
got
stuff.
something done? Let me
Oh yeah,
see.
she had like fillers to fix her nose. Like it was because remember, like she said it was too pinched at first, and
Yeah,
then she went and got fillers or
fillers.
something.
And she said now it looks fat. Look, I'm gonna look her up.
Yeah, I thought it looks good. I mean, I thought it looked all right. I think it looks way better. It does. She doesn't look like it. She doesn't look like Latoya anymore. She really doesn't. Like she doesn't look anything like her. Yeah, look it up and see. Tell me what you think. Um,
Oh, did you see what Q just posted
Q.
on Instagram? Yeah,
No,
bless her heart.
I'm
Q, we love
scared.
you.
Q, we love you. Well, I'm scared to even look. I'm scared to look, but I will.
Well, it's just like
I haven't even talked to her. I
oh,
tried
she's
calling
going
her
to
twice, but not the hair glue. I mean, I have issues with my hair. I get it. Like I don't know. Like actually, it's my eyelashes that fall off more than my extensions fall out. But I don't use glue. But
yeah,
the
no,
other
that's an old picture if it has her in it. I was just saying, read
yeah.
the caption part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ellie from Miami.
Oh, Allie
Um,
from Miami. What's good? Curves, not the hair glue. No, seriously, I'm serious. Like she has other things on her mind. She has heat flashes, the glue is rippling, and she needs to stir the pot. She's not thinking the same things we're thinking, you guys. She's not, and having to talk about a break baby is gonna make a bitch sweat more. Believe it. Believe
Is
it. She's trying to get
I
her food
mean,
right.
but then see, like if they come in and they give them all the information, like how some of them come in and they tell them everything up front, that's a problem. So it's like they can't really win.
Yeah,
It's either
that's
you talk
also is
to
like
them,
overshare. Remember who did that?
yeah,
Noella.
Monica
Didn't Noella
and
come in
Noella
and
and
tell us
Monica,
about a
all of
stack of
them.
vaginas and all kind of like it was just TMI season with Noella and her stack of vaginas, okay? And people hated it. They hated it. She overshared and they hated it. And but then we get to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and Monica also doesn't get a chance. She's warming up to the
She
people
gets
like
it,
you're supposed
yeah,
to. I bet she was going to let them know season two had she gotten there. But she was warming up to him,
she
trying to
was.
get to know him outside of the Von Teese of it. And they were like, "You should have told us." But when, bitch? I just met you.
Uh, I know, I know, and well, they're doing it again this season. They're doing it again to Bronwyn. Like, I just fixed all my legal shit, and you're not even giving me a chance to fucking fix it to let you all know that I was
Yeah,
a criminal.
right.
Like, I
I'm
don't know.
not going to lead with that with you ladies, especially if Lisa's freaking PIs didn't catch it,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like Lisa and Kenya Moore do the same type of thing where they get dossiers on new people coming into their friend group. Who else
Fully.
does that? Didn't Nicole on Real Housewives of Miami do background checks on people before they got in her house or something? Somebody else did that too.
Did she? Wait. Miami. No, I'm trying to think who else did that. Lisa.
Somebody
No.
did something.
Screw Gretzky. Screw Gretzky, whatever. Gretzky. Screw him. Sorry. I'm reading their uh hockey talk.
Those are the teams he played for was Rangers, Islanders, and Kings?
What's Gretzky?
Like,
Wayne Gretzky. He used to be a flyer too. Or is he? I don't know if they're talking about the talking about Gretzky the coach, right? He used to be
oh,
a yeah.
Wayne Gretzky. What's
Wayne
his
Gretzky.
name?
Yeah, but like he became a coach. They could be talking about somebody else though. I only remember Wayne Gretzky. I just remember him from being like in Philly. Our wildfire's still going.
No way. I was going to ask you about that. Is it still 30 miles away or is it only 20 miles now?
Probably 20 miles now,
Oh,
but I think
shit.
it's a little bit under control from what they say. But it was starting to move in towards like inland where people's had like where people were living, because it was just the Pine Barrens, just the Barrens for now. But like it started moving closer to like people's homes and stuff. But I mean, I still don't believe that the guy said it. I think that it was said purposely because the winds around here again last night were fucking vicious. The winds have never been this vicious in 3 years. And if
Yeah.
I keep saying they're going to set a fucking fire, and then they're going to blame the winds like they did in LA, and before you know it, the whole coast is going to be gone because the Pine Barrens technically is land that they can build on if they really want it. It's a lot of land. It's a lot of land, and that'd be horrible if they did that because that's like they have like they have like something called the water hole, and it's like right
Mm-hmm.
in the middle of the Pine Barrens. It's Pine Barrens are all trees, right? It's all pine trees, and in the middle of it they have this called the blue hole. It's literally blue water that you can swim in, and it's like
Yeah.
back literally the fucking middle of nowhere. But there's like three of them, and that's where everybody would go party and stuff back there. But I mean, it's supposed to be protected land, but protected land doesn't mean it can't burn it down. It's fucked up. It's really
Yeah.
fucked up. But anyway, it just really makes me upset. I mean, I was like watching like the ones in California. I always say to myself, like, I would never be able, like, thank God it hasn't reached the houses over there. And then it did. And then I'm like, oh fuck, like they're really fucking with us. Like they're something's making the wind come up, like be more like aggressive.
We felt we were like, doesn't the wind usually come offshore? Why is the wind blowing from the valley to the ocean? Because
Oh
you know
my
how
God.
trees are wind bent
Yes. Yes.
and they're
Our
bent
water is
towards,
that way.
yes,
Our water's
yes,
that way, and it should
exactly,
be going this way. And my fucking tree,
exactly.
oh my God, I
We
didn't
were
fucking
saying the
think of that.
same shit.
I did not even
There were
think of it
so
that
many
way.
TikToks and Instagrams about everybody was like, why is the wind blowing the wrong way during these fires? Everybody, so many people are saying it.
I didn't even think of that. I don't even think of that. I honestly,
Mhm.
wow.
But okay, real quick, back to
Yeah,
this, and then
sorry,
we
sorry,
can
sorry.
go. Then
I
we
know,
can
I'm
go
sorry.
to our after show thing, how we be doing sometimes.
I
But
know.
at the dinners, then Portia gets up. Cynthia goes and talks to Portia and sees why she was upset. Portia's like, well, I got a phone call. And if she needed to deal with Dennis, then why take it out on the group? You were literally could have just called that fool back. She got
Yeah.
off the phone with Dennis, gets another call that he did something that she told him he shouldn't do, then
Right.
brings that energy downstairs. She should have spent another 5 minutes upstairs and got hot dog together. Because why bring that downstairs to your birthday party when you set the tone? Like it's just that's another reason why it was
I
overacting, right? But for
yeah.
Angela Oakley to get up to her room, everybody else gets in their thongs and bikinis, and Angela's packing her bags because she doesn't want to go get her hair wet. She doesn't. She's tired. You know, part
Mm-hmm.
of menopause and perimenopause is tiredness, heat flashes, mood
Hot.
swings, a lot of different things, and forgetfulness. A lot of different things are happening when we going through the change. And so she's upstairs with her head wrap on, and she hears her name a number of times, enough for her to grab her phone and record them. And then we hear her name again and hear Portia's voice say, oh, look at Angela recording us. And then
Oh,
she
that's why
stops the
she.
recording, decides to go outside and be like, I heard you bitches looking for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
here I go. And Portia was like, you heard me say something about Charles? And she said, yeah. And Portia went upstairs
Hmm.
and told them not to film her. So then the next day, we find out in the confessional from Angela that she overheard Portia say that she should just go fuck Charles then. And then Kelly the next morning in her confessional confirms that Portia threatened to go fuck Charles Oakley just because she was mad at Angela. And Shamia had added that that Charles is known to go around town or some shit like that and was putting 10 on it. And so then Angela left the next morning. She just leaves instead of confront anybody. Two, two, two.
What'd you do? She just.
Yay.
Oh, so she just got up and left. Okay.
Yeah, so her and Drew left the next morning, but they didn't
Oh,
really show Drew leave with her. But I
no.
did see Drew come downstairs, but they didn't show any of that. But yeah, so then she left, and then we get into Charles is Angela Oakley's husband, Charles Oakley, not to be
Charles
confused with
Oakley.
Charles Barkley,
Not to be
because I
confused.
kept getting them confused. Charles Barkley is a basketball player I know about. I never heard of
Right,
Charles.
right, right,
I
right.
never heard of Charles Oakley before, you guys.
Because you know why we
I'm
think we did.
sorry.
We always think we thought we do. It's like, oh, yeah, we heard
Yeah.
of him because we think of Charles Barkley.
She's like,
Like, we
he's a
didn't know Charles
legend.
Oakley.
I was like, but his name isn't Barkley, it's Oakley. I don't even know who old boy is, right?
I know. He's a good looking guy, but I mean, like,
He is good looking. He
we
way
don't
better
have
looking
Charles
than Charles
Barkley.
Barkley. He
Yeah, you
way
don't have
better looking than Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley got fat.
Barkley. I haven't seen him. He
It
got
looks
great.
like
Well,
old
yeah, he did.
Oakley, he's keeping it together. He's keeping it
Yeah,
together.
he is a good looking
Yeah.
guy. And the hair, I can do it. I can deal with that hair too. That's what I
So
said.
what would you do if you were on a girls' trip
Mm-hmm.
and there was a whore among you who recently made her way back into the friend group, and you and her were kind of at odds, and you decide to knock out early, and she's overheard at the hot tub saying how she's gonna try to smash your husband.
Holy shit.
How would you react? Like, what do you, what,
Um.
how would you
Oh,
react?
okay. So she didn't hear her say it firsthand, right? But she overheard her say it, or
She,
did she
yeah,
hear?
she heard her say it firsthand because she was
Oh,
listening through the
fuck that!
window
I would be
watching,
walk the fuck out there and be like, "What? You said
and
you're
that's what
there?"
she did. And
Yeah, there'd
then
be.
Portia walked away when she got confronted.
I'd
She
follow
walked
her.
away. So
I'd follow.
then you would have followed her and
Oh,
made a
I'd
bigger
follow.
deal out of it.
I would have made a bigger deal of it. I'd be like, "Why? No, first of all, what? Because I want you to answer me. Why the fuck did you say that? Why did you say that? What makes you think that that could happen? You know what I mean? Like, what makes you know what I mean? I would be like, no, no, no. Where's your hat at? Why the fuck? And why are you walking away? Like,
Yeah,
if
true.
something,
And
what would you
Angela.
do? What would you do? Wouldn't you not chase that bitch the fuck down too? Or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
I'm,
So
I would be
I
a
would
little
have,
bit.
hey, it
I
would
would
have
just.
happened right then.
I would have been
She
shocked.
wouldn't have been
Yeah.
able to walk around me.
Yeah.
She wouldn't have been able to
Yeah.
walk around me that fast. I would have been like, er,
Yeah. I
Because
think
I would have
Angela
had to check all of
knew.
them because they would have had to be my witness that this bitch was
Mhm.
just saying what I heard her say. So she wouldn't have got away.
Right,
She wouldn't
right,
have got,
right.
we would have had to talk about it all right now. We would have talked about it all, bitch, right now. You just had so much to say when I was
Mhm, mhm,
upstairs and
mhm,
you saw me
mhm.
in the window, so you knew I could have heard you. But now that
Mhm.
I want to make sure that I heard what I heard,
Yeah, what'd you say
you're
again?
walking away.
Yeah,
So I
that's the
feel like
thing.
Portia is a thought for life, and I even put that under the clip for that.
Like,
I added Portia, and I was like, uh,
she's
thought, capital THOT, thought much. Yeah,
well,
that's not, we don't watch these shows to see how to watch your husband get stolen by the next bitch in your friend circle. That happens in real life enough. We're not trying to see that shit.
that too, and I feel like too, like I feel like Angela knew she'd fuck her up if she did. I think Angela was like, I gotta like, because like there was another moment somewhere where I was like, I think she literally knew what would happen if she opened her mouth. Like sometimes I'll be like, no, I'm good, I'm cool, I can talk to her, and I'll lose my mind and forget about, like I'll forget
Yeah,
all sense of reality, that I have a freedom to lose, and so I know better sometimes just to like not say shit. If it's that bad, I ain't saying shit until, well, I forget what it was. There was another comment. I can't remember right now, but it was one of the other shoes. And I was like, she didn't do anything because she knew she was going to fuck her up if she did. And she would lose her
yeah.
job and everybody would see and she would go to jail.
You
And
know, when her daughter PJ gets older and sees that her mom was actively just running around stealing other people's husbands, like that's going to be such a great example. I'm so
very
glad
proud.
that it's solidified video on demand. What a thought fucking Portia Williams is.
I'm actually kind of shocked too. I was shocked when I found out about Bolo Gate and shit. I was like, I said, Portia was doing what? Whoa. But like, I'm like, wow, maybe she just likes a lot of sex. I don't know. Maybe some people are just like,
Yeah, there's nothing
aren't
wrong with it.
getting down like that. But I mean, I always thought she was like, I don't know, maybe not as, it's like a prudish, I would say prudish, but she's definitely not prudish.
Yeah.
But this is my shirt. This is Sterling Marie. Sterling's Marie.
Hey, Sterling.
Say hi, Sterling. Say hi, Mama. I'm little babies. I'm not the babies, but I look like the babies.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Portia should be demoted. She's not giving anything. And
Mm-mm.
this is just becoming like really like, that's not cute. That's just not a cute look. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
I know. I said, oh, I only said it because I heard she was because she was listening. But she's not even. Well, no, she's not even the one that said why'd she steal that man's husband. That was Kelly.
Right.
Was
She
Kelly?
still hasn't even answered that question without it being a her feelings are hurt. She can't talk about that, but she wants to talk about Dennis filming with Drew, but she doesn't want to talk about her stealing an entire man and squatting in his house and driving his car after she called and got him deported,
I
allegedly.
do
They don't want
like.
to talk about none of that. She wants to
Right.
focus on hot dogs and singing. Okay,
And
whatever,
she
bitch.
will go fuck him up. I see. That's the thing. That's why I feel like this is why I feel like there's a blowjob that everybody knows, but there's three know about because Portia's gonna fuck. Because Portia has said to him, I when she says I don't want you filming with another woman. That seems that another housewife. That is fucking strange. That seems fucking strange. That just looks Slade-ish, right? Like Slade 2.0. But she didn't say that, but I know what she meant. But because we talk about all the other guys that do that. And I know she probably didn't want that about for him, but I also feel like there's something that happened that because she's only going to go to talk to him about it because she's not going to say, because you know she gave you a blowjob, motherfucker. You told me that. You admitted to me that she gave you a blowjob, and now you're filming with her. That's why I
Dennis
told
didn't
you.
never say that.
I'm
Dennis
telling
wouldn't have said
you.
that. He wouldn't have
Maybe
told Portia that shit. Ain't no way, son. Ain't
then
no
why does
way.
she want to yell at her and not Drew? Like I mean, yell at him and not
Why
Drew.
is she gonna yell at her and not Dennis?
I mean, or no,
The
yell
same
at
way that
Dennis.
when we catch our man cheating, some of us will yell at the woman and not the man. Like we'll
So
still
I'm
go
saying,
home
but
and
she
be
wants
with
to go.
that
No, she
fool
needs to
for
yell at Dennis
you
because
still go
Dennis.
home and be with the fool for a whole nother year after you cussed her up once I pulled her hair and dragged her out the car. You'll still go home with old boy. So that's just
And
how
he's
women
the
are.
one that I think he's the one that said she gave me a blowjob,
I
and
don't
she's
think
not going
so.
to say that shit to Drew because she's not supposed to know about it.
I
But
kind of
that's
feel
what
like Dennis is a gentleman in
I
a couple of ways. I kind of feel like he is, and I don't feel like
don't
he
know.
would have told, especially Portia, that he got a blowjob from Drew.
Maybe there's a text message exchange that she found or
No,
something.
Portia's a
Allegedly,
liar.
she's well, because that sounds like why is she like? if he was dating another housewife, I would see it. But unless she knows something's going on, but because of the whole divorce they're going
She
through,
needs to say something that's more salacious than her answering for stealing that woman's husband. She
I
needs to
know,
say something. She needs to
I
create a
know.
narrative that is more
Shit.
more salacious. That's what she has to do. So she's gonna like just let that fly out of her mouth over there towards Drew. So Drew's sucking dick. Angela's
Mm-hmm.
husband, she's gonna go do this with Angela's husband. Britt is whatever, Kelly is whatever, Shamia, you know what I mean? She's gonna
Yeah,
like just go around doing all these little things because she herself
she's
doesn't have anything to
she's a
talk
pooper.
about.
She's like Eeyore. She's like, I
Even when
mean,
she takes her own daughter, even when she does have a scene that's not with the other ladies, she ruins it by her overacting. They were at that freaking kids thing,
kids
and
thing
she
he
goes
took
over to a
away.
corner and cries by herself at the kids
Yeah,
thing. It's like
I don't want to film
either
anymore.
address it
Eeyore,
with this dude or don't. It's
Eeyore.
weird.
You're right. She's so Eeyore. That was an Eeyore move too. Walking away.
Very
I don't want to
Eeyore.
be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. I don't want to be filmed. Dennis, you're
Yeah,
motherfucker. You're because that's what I'm
right.
telling you. And she said you're sick for fucking doing that. It's like she knows something. Like I don't know. She knows something, and she's trying not to say shit because even that it would make her look bad because she's like, I don't even
hmm
want you filming, let alone some bitch you got a blowjob from, and now I'm gonna come home and fuck you up for telling me, and I find out you're filming with her because it only makes sense
Yeah, no.
doing something, but whatever, we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, he
We're
didn't.
not
I
just
don't.
giving.
Does anybody in the chat believe that? I don't believe it.
I mean, it's
Put a
fine.
one if you believe that
It would be really fucked up.
Dennis told Porsha that he got a BJ from Drew. Put a one in the chat if you believe it. I don't think anybody believes that shit. I don't think she
Why
said
are
it.
you
I
yelling
don't
at
think
him?
I
Like
believe
you're
it.
yelling at that dude, but you're not yelling at her. Like maybe because she told him not to film with another. She she hasn't said shit to Drew actually. She hasn't because she
She
won't go to
looks
lunch with
sweet.
her. She keeps blowing her off. Like she wouldn't go to lunch with her. She wouldn't give her a chance to sit down and talk. Right. So now we
hmm
only have what Dennis has been telling Portia. You know, who knows? Because why would you say like don't film with her? It's your manager friend.
Because she needs a storyline,
I know
Krista.
you're right. I know you're
She
right.
needs a
You're right.
storyline. She thought she was going to be able to come on and film in Simon Gobadia's $7 million inside Atlanta mansion,
Yeah.
inside the
Leaving Diane with her dude.
perimeter of Atlanta. He has a $7 million house that she's squatting in.
Is
She
she still
chose
there?
to divorce him and get back on the show. And
And
she
be
thought she was going to be able to show a fabulous life inside the house. That's why she went over here to YouTube, you
because
guys. Because on YouTube, she doesn't have a cease and desist to not film in the house. So
oh
she just did
yeah.
an
Oh my
interview.
god.
Her and Dennis are over making hot dogs at Simon's house
I
on her
figured.
YouTube channel
Oh my god.
because she can't film it on the freaking thing.
Was she really? Did they really?
Yes, yes. Go to
No.
her channel right now.
So fucked
She
up.
just did a thing with her and Dennis making hot dogs at
No.
her house in
And
Simon's
you think
house.
she called ice on him? I mean,
And
allegedly.
she was doing the mukbang. She did another mukbang
Oh, that
with
mukbang.
cakes this time.
Oh, that's right. The mukbang shit. Oh god.
Yeah, so she did a mukbang out by Simon's pool where she
Ah.
tasted all different kinds of cakes and talked about the episode. And then during the weekend, she went inside of Simon's house with and has Dennis all up and through Simon's house
And then he's
because
literally in
Simon got deported, you guys.
oh my god. Well, he's gonna lose his mind. So wait, so it's the cease and desist. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess it don't matter.
So the cease and desist was to Bravo, NBC,
Oh
and
wow.
Porsche to not film for the
That bitch
show
is still there.
specifically.
That bitch is still there. She hasn't even left
Yeah,
yet.
she's still in his house because the prenup
What
said
the
something
fuck?
about she could stay there
Oh
for 2 years, but she wasted 1 year. So 1 year was last year. Now this year is this year. So if he has
wow.
a right to sell it after that, I believe. But she put some kind of paperwork in it that says he
Hmm.
can't sell it on
Wow.
his own house. He can't sell his own house. So she's squatting in that man's house allegedly.
Wow. Hmm. Hmm. He gets deported though, but I thought he was allowed to be here.
No,
No.
his court hearing happened and he got
Oh.
deported because
Oh. Oh.
he
Oh.
did have he did have something on his record and they were like if you had anything criminal on your
Oh.
record and he did do something before
Shit.
where And even though he's
Somebody
created
turned
like
over.
jobs and did all this here, yeah, and I've been checking like
Um,
his Instagram. I don't know where he went. They must
hmm.
not have Instagram because he has not been on since he got deported. Did you hear Kim Richards got put in a 5150 hold?
Recently, another one.
Yeah, this weekend.
No, again. Oh my god, we got to talk. I'm all right, guys. I got to take a pee break for 5 minutes because I don't have no idea what happened.
Okay.
I didn't need some Kenya. Did Kenya do any confessionals last night? Because I've been fighting with her all week.
No, Kenya can't do anymore. She's off the show. Kenya hasn't been on the
No, no,
show
no. Remember,
since
she did her confessionals. She called it confessionals. Remember her on her channel.
Oh no, she hasn't done anything else
She
on her
hasn't done
channel that
anything.
I've seen. Right.
Okay. All right. I'll be right.
All she did was live for that first 32 minutes.
Okay. I
Oh,
gotta hear
look,
this.
Porsha just dropped another thing
Oh,
of the Baby Daddy Confessions Part 2.
I'm here.
She
I'm here.
just
I'm here.
dropped it 52 minutes ago, and they're topping the hot dogs.
We are definitely. Hold on. Let me 30 seconds. Be right back.
Okay.
Oh my god, we gotta look at that.
So allegedly, are you guys hearing it? I'm not knowing why they're saying Candace is going back to let me see. Is she posting anything? Oh, she did. She added RHOP Bravo back to her thing. I think she did. Wait, was it off? I didn't really notice. Was it off before? Candace had Candace has Real Housewives of Potomac and Bravo back on her Instagram stuff, you guys. And I don't know if I'm saying back because I didn't notice if it was gone when she left, but usually people remove that when they're not a part of the show anymore. And and she's in this with Preston.
Okay.
So yeah, so I don't
Okay.
know. They're saying that that Candace is going to
Candace?
return to Real Housewives of
Well,
Potomac.
well, maybe she never took it off, right? Or well, no, she definitely took it off, right? She had to have taken it
Yeah,
off, sure.
usually people take it off,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, she would be allowed to keep it. I'm not even allowed, but like, yeah, it's been what over a year. It was a whole season, a year and a half.
Yeah, like she had a
Then
whole
we
baby
don't.
already.
Well, let's go. Have we looked at her stuff? Have we looked at Candace's? Is she saying anything on her? What's it? The real Candace, right? The real Candace.
Yeah, Candace she doesn't but she didn't post any news
Oh,
about it.
okay. Nothing.
But
Okay. So
Porsha
Kim
Porsha just did dropped
Portia.
so
Okay.
okay, let's not all this copycatting, okay?
Where's
So
she at? Portia
Porsha gets
on
a channel, then Kenya says she's gonna do a channel and it's gonna be called Kenya's Confessionals. So then on Porsha's channel, she starts doing a series called Confessionals with the Baby Daddy. I'm like,
So is she on YouTube? Is it
yeah,
okay?
it's on
Baby
her
Daddy Part
YouTube.
Two. Oh
Porsha and
God,
her
I
baby
never seen
daddy
that one.
stuff is on her YouTube.
Okay. These girls.
Hmm.
Look. I'm the one that said it though. Everybody should get a podcast if you want to talk. I mean, the people that you don't got balls, say what you got to say to somebody's face. Get a podcast. Not that I agree with not saying shit to people's faces. That's what it seems like they do. But I don't. I'm not mad about it because I'm going to do the Real Housewives of Methville one day. Get back in my
Oh Lord,
motherfucking.
that'll be funny.
It'll be so great. You guys will die. You guys will
That'll be
die because you'll know
so
some
funny.
characters. It's really bad. Bitches are so dumb. I don't know how they're. I don't
But
think
yeah,
it's dumb.
so somebody just
Portia.
posted it. It was
Portia.
you know
What?
who it was Adam. I'm pretty sure I saw it on Adam's thing
Of course he did.
about
Adam's a reposter. I'm sorry. He gets his news from some blah, blah,
about
never mind.
the
Blah blah
let
blah.
me see if it's the
Okay.
latest videos.
Let's see. I got Portia for real. Oh, mukbang. Here we go. Blech. Sorry.
Yeah, are
I'm
they gonna
sorry.
eat the hot dogs next? I'm like,
Please. Oh God. What if they start
I had to
eating?
turn it down when she was chewing the cake.
2
I was
hours.
like, I
What
didn't know
is
cake
this?
was so loud.
Letitia and Marcel, no longer together. It says, oh,
Yeah, I
that's
heard
good.
that. Love and Marriage Huntsville,
Yeah, I came across
allegedly
that.
the Scotts are broke up, you guys.
He's so gross looking. He's a gross human. He just looks like a fucking like a douchebag. He's such a douchebag.
Right.
Right. Porsha for real. Where are we going? She just dropped something somewhere.
Yeah, so it should be on her.
This the man. Okay, I'm so
yeah, and they're
I'm so
making hot
stupid.
dogs.
First one, oh my god, they are making hot dogs. Right, that's the first one. Baby, all right, part 2. Here we go. Oh, what? They're in. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. All right. Oh. She's eating a lot of even. All right, let's see. All right. Here, let me share it. I can't do the food stuff.
Okay.
I know it's a thing, but here we go. That's hot dogs. They're eating hot dogs. Okay. All right. We are on. Okay, everybody sees it, right? Everybody sees it. Let me fish. Oh, I got in trouble.
Yep, I see it.
My things keep getting copyrighted because I'm so dumb.
From
but
her?
I think
from reposting this? I think it's from the Bravo content.
It's all Bravo. Yeah, Bravo did it to me last week with the Valley. Then I got it back. I think it shows up on my side. I know it shows up on your side too. So
yeah, it does on my too, and I have to go through and trim it out.
I know. I had to say I might just steal yours. Okay. I know. I'm sorry. So look, I fast forwarded this. I can't do it to me. And actually, did you notice it's only just about the songs? It's not even about the show. It's not even about the me using their content, the music in it. That's what they keep getting me for.
Yeah.
They don't even take out the so like I'm thinking it's these scenes. I didn't know it was their music. So I'm like, I can just mute it or I don't know, think of something else. But all right, so this is what started with. I don't know. How am I already over here? This is only 1 second and this is what we got. Okay. 1 second in.
We're going chili. We're going onion. And we're going to go some yellow mustard for the Detroit cone. Detroiters know what I'm talking about.
So now he's not.
We're going to do classic All-American here. Diced onions. We're going to go relish.
He knows how to make a hot dog. He owns a hot dog place. Kenya, knows how to do hot dogs. Just saying.
Yes, take notes.
You gotta know your craft.
That's something man that you do.
Look at this guy. She can't do that with hair. She can't jump in there and go a little here. Yeah, look, I did it. You know.
Mustard, ketchup, relish. Then we're gonna do a classic street sausage.
I mean, it is fast forward a little bit. But
sausage. We're gonna do grilled onions.
Damn, that looks
mustard. We gonna feast, man.
I don't like hot dogs, but I can eat that.
It's just Porsha here. She gonna eat all this, man. Trust me. Let's go.
Did I tell you what PJ said, Dennis? My mom was watching our Easter episode. I guess somewhere in there, I was like, "Oh, I didn't go to college." PJ saw like that part. She saw the part where I said I didn't go to college. Yeah. So later on in the afternoon, I was like making her dinner or whatever. She's like, "Mommy,
you got a little filler work going on there, girl?
Did you go to college?"
Look, she's looking a little like Britt Edie, huh? She looking a little Britt Edie, huh?
She is. She's pulled and
told you they mad.
Look at that. She's a Britt Edie. Oh my god.
So I was like,
I feel look sexier than look, she's a sexy girl. But this is a lot. They don't even look right. Her face don't even look. Look at the face. This is not our Porsha. Where are you, girl? Where have you gone?
Like, no, my mama didn't go to college.
Hauling ice and shit.
Right? So she was like, oh, okay, all right. She was like, well, it's okay. Maybe that's why you don't know stuff. And like, you have to Google it. And I said.
Pilar said that? Pilar said that. How old's Pilar?
I don't know.
Say that? Is she old enough to say that?
I think so.
Okay.
Look, I literally said, well, yeah, you're right. You know, like, okay. So I left it there. This morning, right? So this morning I'm getting her dressed. She says to me, she says,
wait a minute, what's this? A brand or something or penises?
Yeah, it must be a brand of something that they didn't get released.
Oh, it could be.
Mommy, she says, Mommy, yeah, so you know, it's okay you didn't go to college. And I was like, well, you know, and I was like, well, you know what? You're gonna be smarter than Mommy, and that's good. And she was like, She's like, I mean, it's okay. And I said, so I saw
you don't need college.
Her face, and I felt a little judged. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt a little judged. So I said, wait a minute, Mommy did go to AIU. You know, I went to college, and so she was like, oh, well, what kind of college? I didn't expect that question. So I said, well, it's an online college. And I was like, I didn't finish. And she was like, it's okay. She was like, you know, that's why sometimes I have to explain things to you. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, well, what about grandmother? Did grandmother go to college? I said, yes, grandmother went to the University of Georgia and she graduated. She was like, oh, She came over to me and put her hand on my shoulder. I said, "It's okay, mommy. I can tell you stuff."
How cute.
That is cute.
That's because she saw the video of her mom saying
So I went a
there's
step
200
further because,
days
like,
in a year. Somebody must have told her that her mom thinks there's 200 days in a year.
An Underground Railroad.
And the Underground
And now I
Railroad
ain't gonna-
thing caught up with her.
They
Yeah.
must have put something down. Yeah.
because now we toe to toe. You 6, but we toe to toe. So I said,
I like her outfit.
okay. I said, well, I own the business. So, at the time, I just went to college to learn computer programming. And once I learned
Like Kenya should go to school to learn hair.
computer programming, that's when I stopped. And she was like, oh, okay. And I said, yeah. So I went on to, finish running my daycare. Like I had daycare, like grandma, After all, you know what she still said? It's okay though, mommy. It's okay if you don't know things. I know things. I said, oh, okay. I said, go ahead and brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth. Like, go brush your teeth. She was like,
Is she Kenya? Did she turn? Who's she morphing into right now? Who is she morphing into right now?
that's why you don't know things. You don't know a lot. You have to Google. I was like, okay.
Meanwhile, we're Googling how to pronounce it.
We're good.
Did Lauren show up? Did her sister show up in Nashville? Wasn't she
I
supposed
thought
to
her sister was at the first dinner.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Maybe she was.
Look, Dennis doesn't have nothing to say about his daughters calling
This
his
is
wife.
this is Simon's house. Oh my God. This is Simon's
Yeah, this
house.
is Simon's house. This
Why
is
is she
Simon's house,
fucking
you guys.
She wow. And she kicked the kids out. His kids. Got nowhere to go.
Yes, they had a blended family. She was their stepmom. He had 3 or 4 kids of his own living in this big ass house when she showed up allegedly with police. And that's why she was mad at Simon. And she was like, I can never forgive him for bringing my mother into it. He didn't need to do that. When he said that her and her mom brought a gunman
made me
over
think
to the
about it.
house and kicked the kids out. Remember, allegedly, that's what happened?
Allegedly, yeah. And but they're not old enough to live on their own though, I guess, right?
No, they're minors. They're under 18. All his kids were under 18.
That's awful. And what, he had custody, I guess, or had most of them here and there, I guess.
Yeah,
most of
they
the time,
lived with him. They had lived with him and her. Yeah.
So where did they go? The mother? Or
Exactly.
how could that-
Exactly. But her and
You don't
Pilar are in this house.
And this guy right here.
Yeah.
Like, I would not. Oh man, Simon. First of all, he's not here, right? This is his fucking house. He's pissed at her for not standing by him. Like, I do think that she wanted to stay married to him. Obviously,
divorced, you guys. He was.
she doesn't want to. She
blindsided.
wanted to legally divorce him, but I don't know why though. Like, it wasn't anything to do with money. But she wanted to stay with him, divorce him, but stay with him. And he's probably like, no, bitch, you're either with me or you're not, Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
What
else are they talking about?
Okay, Chef Boy D. That actually works for you with your name being Dennis. Thank you to my subscribers. You left your questions, and I'm going to look them up right now. So what we're gonna do?
Oh man, I had so many questions for Kenya, and I've been waiting all fucking week for her goddamn response.
Again, I'll repeat it again.
I did the same thing with Jackson. I said I wasn't going to. I did do it that day. I apologize. Sorry.
I'm going to ask the questions, and then if you want to answer it, you answer it. If you don't,
wait,
then you
don't
don't.
answer the
Okay.
Oh, wait. Why both of these got lipstick on? You was drinking from my glass.
Yeah, something happened. That
Why
is
is she
strong.
on here?
You know what's so funny?
To get back at them, I guess.
Cheers.
You want to know what's funny?
No,
They don't want to know what's funny.
what's funny?
You looking scared to know. You look exactly like the day you proposed. Remember you had on
Something's up. Something's fucking up.
the blue jean jacket and your
That's so
and your
good.
glasses.
So good.
So funny.
That was a good day though.
Yeah, it was fun. Except for the helicopter ride.
You were scared.
Oh,
Are they
catch a
back
ride.
together?
Cheers.
Rest in peace in London. She put all that together.
She did.
She put a whole thing together.
did.
Helicopter ride.
My cousin,
Wow.
she did
She's
the
got her
whole
clothes
thing.
in. That's it.
The room was so gorgeous with all the roses.
She worked her ass off. That
She did.
man.
Put her clothes into him and
Cheers.
fucking Simon. Like, he's mine. It's mine.
Yeah.
And nobody else can have it no matter fucking what.
Yep.
She's probably fucking leaving. She's probably fucking.
Wait, why are we drinking
He's
before
He's
the
probably
show?
giving blowjobs all over Atlanta.
Yeah, but she's probably in love with. I don't know why these two aren't together at this point. Honestly, like, he's not bad looking. They seem like you can tell they have chemistry because they've been together. They have a child together, and all that.
And that
But
is brandy or whiskey, Nyack. That's
No.
Dennis's brand of whiskey on the
Dennis's.
table. And oh my
So he's-
God.
Okay, it says
So
He's got
Dennis,
whiskey.
there's a full on, I have a live on my channel, you guys,
Okay.
from over the summer, last summer, where Dennis was promoting Knack with, guess who was with him?
Kanye. No.
Fallon Pina, and him, and everybody thought him and Fallon were hooking up and
I
stuff.
heard that.
and-
I do remember that. But why wouldn't they? Why not?
yeah,
mean, why not? Wait, was she mad about that?
I didn't hear anything. Hey, Mel.
That's fucked up. Oh, so, all right. Let's see. I
Start
think
off medium, not too hot.
I have
No.
to be honest with y'all, I have no idea what the questions
we have
are
no-
because
Hold on.
I'm just going.
Mel, we have not spoken again since that whole thing with Patrick. He must have went away. How did that go away? Mel, we got to talk. We're making fun of
Off of looking at it right now. So we didn't separate them or nothing. So I'm just going, we just go coming in hot. Question for Peach Juice. This is so cute.
Why can't Kenya fucking she's not gonna ever answer me. I'm been rhetorical, but still.
It says question for Peach Juice and Hot Dog Diddy Dog. Hot Diggity Dog. It says, has the relationship between your mothers and families gotten better since we last saw them on the spinoff?
Ooh,
The relationship has always
good
been great.
question.
The mutual respect has always been there.
That
We're
way.
very close family,
They
very
did.
small family.
We might as well
So-
been
We call,
early with
we
that
call
shit.
ourselves PJ Unit.
Yeah, the PJ unit, the PJ mama unit. So relationship is great.
Please
I think y'all caught
doing. Oh,
the worst of our times of ever.
It was. It
And
was.
a lot of things y'all don't see.
It was kind of a recipe for disaster. It really was.
I
I
know.
mean, you,
I can't stop eating this Polish.
my ex on a trip with my new fiance.
Why'd you do that?
It was. We're good. We are good. We are a
Well, you
family
can't be
unit. We're a
really
village.
so
We
much
put
through,
people
but you
first.
can
We
go
love each
outside.
other, and we're just like any other family. We're just on camera. I'm gonna eat this before I answer this
So
question.
why can't he
This
film
is
with
so
you?
damn good.
Yeah.
Dennis!
I ain't gotten to that yet.
Hey, come over here and make a hot dog like this.
I mean, she's still with multiple men at this point.
Mm.
I'm digging into the.
I mean, I guess the housewife thing.
I'm gonna go Coney next. I'm gonna give me some more chili
People
on here
were
though.
saying though.
I ain't got enough chili.
People were saying, "Oh, guys working with Drew, he's definitely he's clout chaser, clout chaser, clout chaser." But I don't think that's it. I think it's money because he still films with Porsha, obviously. I mean, unless they're doing something, that's the only way it would be weird.
I hadn't even got to the Chicago dog yet.
You get a little more chili
Never
on
do
here.
this. I could never.
What's the next question?
I drink
Yeah,
Cabernet.
you gotta do a little more chili.
Somebody got to do the questions because how am I eat and do the questions and talk?
Well, you the host. That's what you're
Okay,
supposed to
you're
do.
right.
I
It's your
really,
show.
really wish that Kenya would answer.
Do a little more chili.
Mm.
I need her to answer.
Mm-mm-mm.
I answered all the questions we had last week.
Put it on the napkin over there.
Kenya. This is disgusting. This is so disgusting.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
You know what's so crazy? I don't even really eat chili dog. But damn.
Been right for
That's
Detroit.
a lot of hot dogs, you guys.
Oh, is this a Detroit thing?
Yeah.
The chili dog?
I like to eat, and two tops
You got
is
Coney
what
out
I'm
in the
doing.
corner.
I don't talk to
Chili,
you.
Two
onion,
tops,
mustard,
and
that's
those
how
are
we do.
plain, not even with stuff on top.
Do you hear that?
And I have to smoke like an eight first and
this one
dance
is
for
good.
3 hours.
So what's your favorite thing about your friendship
Tell them
/
to
co-parenting relationship with me?
Following
I mean,
Why
Porsha
are
is a
you
really awesome
disgusting
mother.
to me.
I think the best that we can hope for in a spouse. Yeah. At the time, look, even though we co-parents, we still go together.
Boy, if you don't
What? Hold
Because we not
on.
sitting next to each other and,
And-
sleeping at night and together. But it's the same thing. We still go together when you co-parent. It's the same thing.
That's Detroit language. I feel you.
But she's an awesome mother, and I really appreciate that about her. Pilar loves her mother, which I absolutely love,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you can really ask for. She loves her mother.
So I'll answer it too. I will say the best part about our friendship / co-parenting, the friendship, like it's on and off. Cause you are definitely Dennis the minute. You be doing
I'm still
stuff.
blocked right now.
You be-
Today.
you
I don't
be-
even know why am I blocked?
The friendship part, cause you be doing stuff. You love the ops. Like you love the ops. Like you love the ops. So like, you know what I'm saying? It always puts us in a weird position. So the friendship I wish could be more consistent. But what I love about us co-parenting is no matter what, we will always put Pilar first. And, you know, that's not easy for a lot of co-parents because I feel like, you know, when someone is also your ex, he also is my ex-fiance. So it's not just like Pilar just appeared and we're co-parenting. He is also like an ex-fiance, boyfriend that you're now having to be in his life, make decisions with, be on the same accord as if you're in a relationship for a child. And for us, I feel like we do a good damn job of putting Pilar first. Like when we have issues, no matter what, if we can't communicate, what we do is we'll put the mothers. We
Mel asked for the link.
He call on Mama Gina, I call on Mama Diane, and they get it done.
Mel asked for the link, Krista.
And for us if we're not communicating properly. So I feel like just the camaraderie, just us wanting the best for PP and wanting her to always feel love and see friendship. Like I think that's big.
Yeah.
And that's, to be honest with you, that's the only reason why I didn't really like you filming. It's not because what you were gonna.
Is Dennis giving anybody else Jermaine Dupri? He's giving me a little Jermaine Dupri vibe.
Yeah.
And see us love each other as parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and you know how filming goes. It could go any way. Shit, you bring anybody on the show, it could be a friend, spouse, ex, whoever. Something's going to happen that may be negative.
Yeah. And
I just didn't want anything like that to happen. So I was trying to get in front of an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though when I saw it, it didn't seem like nothing, but I was trying to get in front of it because I didn't want nothing to mess up what we needed to be for Pilar.
Hey, Mel.
Hey, ladies, how you doing?
After the divorce.
Yeah. I'm about to get into the Chicago though.
So, all right. Thoughts real quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I was going to say.
Unless you want to talk about Patrick, we'll talk about anything you want, but thoughts on this.
Oh no,
this thing.
I'll leave Patrick in his little wherever he at. I don't know, but
yeah, leave him where he's at.
Leave him where he at because it is what it is. But I was gonna say, no, with Porsha, what's so funny this season? I was just saying, this season of Housewives, we've been so focused on Kenya and Britt and the sides and all that, and I think that what's so funny is that this video that you're watching and hearing other people today talk about what they liked about last night's episode and all the feeling. I guess we all feel the same way. I think with Kenya gone, we actually getting to see that maybe Porsha did not want to come back to the show. She came back to the show when she realized that her relationship was not based on, financial stability, based, all that.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
She came back, and you know what? So for me, I'll just say for myself, I was confused. Her issues with Drew. Now, Drew is not my favorite at all. She's not my favorite. I don't understand her. I can't follow her. I don't know. She confuses me. But I didn't understand why she was so aggressive when it came to Drew. And I guess what I'm feeling is that she didn't trust the production. The last time that not Phaedra, oh Lord, the last time Porsha was on Bravo, she was burned by the production. They basically exposed who she is, with the fight in it and the family drama and stuff like that. So she was just so paranoid with Simon on the outside, doing all that stuff while this was filming and all the different places. It seemed like everywhere they was filming, he was there. And then she was sort of very paranoid about Drew. She felt like she understood that all the ladies on the show either liked her or either they were, okay, but Drew was the wild card. That's why she kind of gave her that energy like, okay, wait a minute. Everybody's not touching. So I think with Drew, she felt like Drew was a doorway for Dennis' family to come in and be in the scene with her and be talking about Porsha and all that stuff that happened on her series. So she did not want that to happen. That was why she was so that way. Yeah, and I think that Drew, for me, I know people are living for Drew right now, but I'm just like, Drew is not the honest police. She's not the people that should be talking about who's honest, who's dishonest, and she's very messy. I don't understand her life, so that's what I'm feeling about.
Why do you think she was crying, Mel? Why do you think she was really crying?
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle. Supplicate with counseling is for adults with moderate to severe.
How are you, by the way, love? How are you, by the way, love?
I'm doing. You know what, Curves? I've been watching a couple of your shows live. I was either washing dishes or doing something, and I'm listening to you. I'm like, okay, where's the link, Curve? Where is that? Because you had a panel at one point, and then you were talking about a topic I was into. I got to look at your channel again. But I've been hopping to get onto your your thing on the weekend when you was doing your thing, because I was loving the topics. When it comes to Drew,
Right.
I don't know. I don't know why she was crying.
Weird. She's trashy, a little trashy to me.
She's a pretty lady. She can sing,
Yeah.
but I feel like she kind of, you know what? When I would tell you, ladies, you know what she gives me? But although she's more beautiful, she can sing. She gives me like her and Ashley from Potomac could be cousins, because they same energy is you never know what you're going to get. Are they telling the truth? They're beautiful ladies, but you kind of feel like they're annoying or something. It's like an annoying vibe to them. So that's what she kind of gives me, that Ashley vibe a little bit, with a little messy.
Definitely.
And,
oh my God, real quick.
Yeah.
Totally down to living in the house with him. But he's in the basement, and her and Michael were sharing the penthouse, remember?
Yeah.
When they first started going through it, remember?
And Curry,
And that
so
was like,
and I'm gonna say too, with Ashley, she never really was very honest. I mean, I don't care what she said. She never really was honest with the audience ever, even all the way up through her divorce. Never was. So now we have Drew, and there's been questions about her for years. I think Candy asked her questions, and Kenya at one point. So some of the ladies over the seasons have asked her questions, or even my girl. Oh, I love this woman. I'm sorry she's not there, Miss Sanya. I love Sanya. She was such a beautiful lady, beautiful family. She had difficulties with Drew too about honesty and all that, And so again, Drew is not this mean, like outwardly mean and nasty and just scratching at people and punching and all, but she's something about her is annoying, and it doesn't seem very honest.
Fake.
So,
right.
She looks. It seems fake.
There we go. That's right. Yes.
Very fake.
Yeah.
Like she's putting on, but for what? It's like she's putting on, but for what? Like
divorce
it's
is
like her imposter syndrome is noticeable. Richie, hey, what's good, Richie?
Hey, Richie. She definitely is scared of the financials, I think, coming out with the divorce. It's definitely not anything to do with like, oh, my daughter, our kids are going to see this one day, when like you got plenty of time to explain to them that my parents went through your parents went through a divorce, and that was it. But what she's so upset about what's going to come out with the financials, you're right. Like, she's sneaky. And like you said, everybody's always asked her questions, and now she knows that the lies she told are going to come out in this divorce stuff. It's got to be what, you know what I mean? And that's why, like, when and also being fake, when she's trying to be fake, like this whole fake shit with like, even if she has something to do with Kenya and the pictures and all, just still fucking, she's the only one still talking about it.
Right. And so can I say this too? You know what? You brought something too. So this is, I bet you both saw this too. I caught this. So this is when I say, okay, Drew, I can't mess with you. It wasn't even on the show. I've been living for the after show, because the ladies do an after show. What they do, they're talking. So you know what? I'll tell you, y'all watch this moment. Cynthia, who again is not one of my favorites, but she asked a really good question. She said, wait a minute. Well, I don't want anybody doing any business with Leon. She kind of played with that, but she asked her a direct question. She said, now, Drew, are you trying to tell me if somebody as combative as Ralph is right now, you're telling me that you would be okay with him filming with anybody on the cast? And she said, I would. I knew I couldn't deal with Drew in that moment. That's a bald-faced lie. You would not be comfortable if, as combative as Drew, as combative as Ralph is, you would be comfortable with him filming with these other people? No, you wouldn't. That I said, I can't. Listen, I don't think that Porsha should be doing as much as she's doing. But when Drew said that, I said, I can't be on your side, because that's a lie to me. That means he's being messy and combative. So you mean tell me you want him on a show behind your back with these other women? Stop. That's a lie. I'm sorry. I feel like she lied. She lied. Cynthia, she was brilliant in that question. She said, would you be okay with Ralph filming with any? She said, oh, I would. I said, Drew, oh my gosh. No.
Right.
Stop it. I know. And she's like, she's like, Kenya's like, oh, they won't stop talking about me. I'm the, they're all talking about me. Nobody's talking about her, but Drew, and Drew only brought it up a little bit.
Okay.
But I do see that I think she is doing something with Dennis. I do think that there's a blowjob that was had at some point. And I know it was put in our heads, but it's like she only was going to yell at him. She wasn't going to yell at Drew. I think he's the one that would probably say it to her, because she said it. He gets blowjobs with people he don't give a shit about. He just whatever. He's getting don't mean nothing is what he's trying to say. She's trying to say. And I get that part, but I just feel like I don't know. There's never.
See, I wish with Porsha, because I don't think that Porsha actually physically. I think she's playing a game with Dennis. I think Dennis finds Porsha very attractive.
Yeah.
And I think that he wants Porsha, Dennis is just one of those kind of guys that, wants to be with all type of women. But what I think is that Porsha is trying to keep Dennis around her during the season while they are filming and while they preparing for reunion, so that way he won't be on anybody else's side. I don't think that she really wants Dennis. I think she wants to be in a good relationship.
She's calculated. She's
a
calculated manipulator.
Yeah, I think that she wants to protect her daughter and their relationship as far as a family. I believe that part. But as far as them being around each other, cooking and eating hot dogs and all that, no, that's extra. No, you're good parents for your beautiful daughter, but everything extra is just so she can protect herself. I would say that with Dennis, I don't know about him sleeping with Drew. I don't know, but I think that for me, Porsha is definitely putting 20 on 10 when it comes to that kind of, you don't film and all that kind of stuff. I think if she's being a real woman and just being real about her stuff, Porsha would just say to everybody in the cast on the camera, break the fourth wall, listen.
Yeah.
Last time I was on Bravo, I got eaten up. The fans went against me. I was very controversial. I don't want anybody filming with my ex-husband's family, with him, anybody, because I'm still mending relationships with them. If y'all film with them, it might give an opportunity for you to have a messy moment where, like Mama Joyce, God bless Mama Joyce, but she used to be in different scenes with people and be messy about Todd all the time. So, so you know how they do. You never know what your coworkers are filming. So Porsha trying to protect herself, and if she was really about her stuff, she would say that, like, "Listen, don't film with them."
Exactly.
I'm scared right now. That's all.
But on that real quick,
there could still be
problems.
Even if they don't film, there could still be a lot of issues. You think, or no? Like filming, they would have to create issues, is what you mean, right?
Yes, I do. I really do.
Without filming, they're just business partners, whatever they are. What is he, your manager? I'm sorry, he's your manager.
I think he's like a businessman and music producer or something. I don't know.
I also thought she didn't come to the thing right away because she was with, I don't know, whatever. Sorry, God large.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just so jaded, I guess. Maybe I just feel like I don't know. There's a blowjob to be had. I would think maybe it was like one and done. I don't know. Maybe and like maybe I could see Porsha going through his phone. And I don't know. I'm just speculating, but this is all my opinion. Allegedly, my opinion. I'm a crazy person. Don't listen to anything I say. I make up fantasy stories. My opinions do not reflect them, I guess, and blah blah blah.
Yeah, everything's allegedly.
Everything's allegedly.
Then Kirby, I want to hear what you said. I was going to ask you because I know you probably know this. Do either one of y'all watch 90 Day Fiance?
I had used to.
No.
Okay, so this season, because I'm addicted to it now.
I'm dying to watch it. I'm darn sorry.
I've been addicted. So this season, Jasmine, she's a woman from Panama.
Yes.
She's had a big scandal, explosive scandal, because she's married.
Yeah.
She cheated on Gino. She's pregnant with somebody else's baby. She did. But so the thing with that whole relationship was that here's this woman, not my type. I'm a gay man. It's not my thing. But she was over there telling Gina, "Oh, you're the best person in the world. I love you. You're the most beautiful." And for years, we all knew that wasn't the case. Porsha is doing the same thing. Do I believe that Porsha is insecure when it comes to who Dennis is being with? Absolutely not. She has many people in her DMs. She has many dates. She probably has another, rich African on the line. Who knows?
She's causing him, and that's it.
She's manipulating him with that kind of thing that sometimes beautiful woman does. So I don't believe that she's insecure about the physical relationship. I don't think that she cares what Dennis does sexually. That's what I feel. I think that she just want to protect her storyline.
Yeah.
Right. The storyline that she needs, that she's missing, because she can't talk about the divorce, because she can't mention Simon, and they can't film in his house or in his Rolls Royce. So she has to resort to bringing up Dennis.
She had a whole plan for the season. It didn't work out for her.
Yeah, and it didn't work out.
Right. Yeah.
And now she has to.
That's why she's Eeyore. That's why she turned into Eeyore.
Yeah, but for her to hijack Drew now, hey, it's not her fault that Drew was thinking ahead of the game and was like, "Oh, well, Drew already had this emotion. Her and Dennis made 30 albums. That takes time, you guys. It takes a lot of time to make 30 albums, okay? So they've been done doing this. So Drew already had this footage. She knew she was about to do this. And so for Porsha to come back and throw a monkey wrench in Drew's stuff, I'm like, how dare you? You don't get all the dicks in Atlanta. You don't get all the dicks in Atlanta, Porsha. Like
she doesn't get all the hot dogs in Atlanta.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Not, because, like, well, I mean, I know when Cynthia says it, with baby daddy, it's different, but they're not fucking allegedly, you know?
Right.
And they're making money. That's another
Right.
thing. Why are you mad? I'm thinking she thinks something up like, why are you
Usually,
mad? Oh, hey, Judge.
usually they're not mad if they're bringing the money home or it's going to benefit their family or kids or whatever. Why is she
He's
being?
way
It's
benefiting her.
almost like she's being a little insecure.
And you
Like-
see, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, you seen that video that y'all was just watching? She seemed to be more relaxed in the video post the filming of this season
Very different.
than
Very
she was during it. Because during the season, she's distracted, she's muted, she's angry, she's
Yes,
paranoid.
because Simon
The-
could have sent a thing at any time. Simon's out of the country
That's
now.
right. So,
Yeah.
so what I would say too, the biggest thing I would give for, I would never say aggressive, but what I would give Porsha is paranoia. She's so paranoid. That's the running pattern. Even with Shamia's, blessings or music, or everything is about, okay, am I going to go down? Is somebody going to go against me? Is somebody going to film one of my enemies? Paranoia, paranoia. That's the running thing. Now that the filming is done, she's more relaxed on her interviews. She's more relaxed on her YouTube channel. During the filming, she was paranoid out of her mind.
Yeah.
I didn't. You know what? You're right. I wasn't thinking like why she's so like Eeyore. Why she's like, oh, poor me.
I love Dior.
So do I. And I'm telling you, Laura just said it, and I'm like, and you're right. This is not Eeyore. What we just saw is not Eeyore. That's just some like she's wow, yeah, because she's got control over the YouTube channel and him basically.
She does.
Well, there was part one.
She
They didn't
controls.
really talk about anything in that interview. Did part one have any tea in there?
Good.
Because I want to know, just maybe she got him on the show and was like, did Drew give you a BJ? Krista wants to know.
I wanted. Oh, I should ask her. I should ask her.
Well, there was a part one of the video
Is there
that
let's
we
see.
just
Oh,
watched.
is that why I just like kind of just like went to that? I was like, what is this? Okay, so the part one we gotta get. Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
she said the reason. She explained it why she didn't want him on the show. She said exactly what Mel said. It was just basically like she didn't want any drama, and she, protects her family. Because I mean,
But
she knew.
she's making the drama by saying this. Your coworker is sucking your ex's dick. You just made
Yeah.
drama.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So one started this. Okay. Do we want to watch it or
She could
not?
have wished him well. I don't know. So, Mel,
No,
do you
yeah.
have any thoughts while she's pulling this up
Am I
about
pulling- you want to say it?
how we can't see it yet? How Porsha is doing everything Shamia does, but worse.
Do you think so?
I had a
Right.
list earlier, Mel.
But
Wait a minute,
I had a list earlier.
You said that Porsche is so Shamia is about as bad as Porsche, you said?
No, I said Portia's doing everything Shamia does, but worse.
worse. Copycat.
Yeah. So Shamia has a big house. Portia is squatting in a big house.
Yes.
Shamia has a Rolls Royce.
There's a
Portia's
lot.
driving around in Simon's Rolls Royce. Shamia has an African. Portia needs another African. Shamia,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, and then Shamia got a phone call that had her down crying on the back of the bus. And then Portia ends with a phone call that has her tripping at the end of the scene, at the end of the episode. I'm like, everything Shamia does.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like that, doesn't it?
That's true. I mean, it was given single black female.
It is.
Drew. Oh my God, that's Drew though. That could be Drew. Drew's giving. Oh my God, Drew has single white female vibes too. Definitely, she does. Maybe she's not showing it, but I do think that she would have those. I don't know.
I mean, again, you know what occurs too? I think that, again, if that's happening, again, it's nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm totally inspired by my friend and her lifestyle, and I want it for myself, and be honest about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead of saying that, I fell in love with this man who was connected to a person who I kind of brought on the show and all, that's where things get messy. Be very bold and blunt about your needs, basically, whatever you need.
That's what I was going to say.
So
in that vein,
Yeah.
right there, hearing an explanation of that type of detail from a ensemble cast member like Porsha, where we know her, we're vested in her, we want to know more about her as viewers, like we're invested in this persona Porsha, so we want those answers. Whereas I'm going to switch a real hard gear to Brit. We have Brit, and people are in the streets, and I guess on the show somehow trying to allude to the fact that she needed to tell them about her past, like info dump on these people that she just met. And I don't think that would be authentic, because in real life, you don't like walk into the barber shop and be like, oh, well, I had a break baby on my woman. And that, like you build up to your crowd and you build a rapport of comfortability, and then you start sharing accordingly. Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you feel like it's a intellectually honest ask for viewers and her castmates for Brit particularly, to somehow demand a version of her reality, but we're only 7 episodes in and they haven't given her a chance to really do anything but be defensive about, her BJ techniques.
Right. So you know what? So that's why I say, Angela, you're giving me bully vibes a little bit, because for me, a bully is not a person who is constantly, beating up on somebody or whatever. A bully is, for me, it's easy. If what's her name? If Britt is if she's the lowest woman on the totem pole, and she got she's in controversy, she's had all these issues, it's easy to try to haze her. You're new on the show too, so it's very easy. So that's why I give Angela a strike in that one. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling that. And that was what you were saying too, Curves, about Britt, because I always, when I call into shows, when I talk to people over Twitter or wherever it is, I always try to remind people, please remember that Britt is not Mia. Britt is not Mia. She is not Mia. When you go down the sheet of what Mia has done, head to Britt, as you said, Curves, she had a life before she got to the show. That's why she was cast on the show. Right. My opinion is, when she first got there, again, I don't know it to be fact, they were doing a little test screenings. They were doing all that chemistry stuff to see if the people had chemistry, as they always do. Britt sees Kenya and she said, oh, wait a minute. She's over there with 2 homegirls that I do not mess with. One of those girls got pictures on her phone and videos on the phone. She don't like me, hate me, or whatever it is. We ain't filming yet. Okay, I see you over there very close with Kenya. All right, I'm not going to hold this against Kenya, but I do feel a little unnerved about these women being so close to Kenya. So that's where the awkwardness comes. So we get that. So now, for the first couple episodes while Kenya is there, that's all that's happening. We can't really say on camera, oh, I don't like Kenya because she's hanging out with Ming Lee, who hates me. Pictures on her phone, and but we're not going to say it, so we got to make Britt look crazy. So Britt is on defensive. Now that the whole issue is gone, and now we get Drew, who people say lie all the time. People are living for her, saying like, "What is the video about, girl? That's none of your business. Like, what is your husband doing? Like, what are you doing?
Right,
like,
exactly.
Because I can't ask you anything, and if I do, everything comes out lie. So Drew, sit down and shut up, leave me alone. And now when it comes to Angela, you you told both me and Kenya that you on our side. You stirring the pot while Kenya was there. Kenya gone, people online lost their minds, and now Angela asking people at the table, well, what about your license? But Miss Angela, now people are saying that you have issues with your past license. So like, what are you talking about? So this is getting crazy. So then you said Tasha K, she's she does her thing. She interviewed somebody with Britt's husband or whatever. I was trying to tell you in your chat yesterday. This is what I was trying to tell you. There is tea. There is real tea on YouTube. I have to email you about the man who was being interviewed by Tasha K. That is yes. So I was watching a channel. So I don't, again, I'll email you so we can just be very clean about it. But I'm watching a channel while I'm washing dishes and all that stuff on the weekend. A channel I've watched for over 10 years. This man he's been around for a little while, and he has a smaller channel, but he's been around for a little while. He knows YouTube very well. So he's reviewing.
You can say his name, or you don't want to.
No, I'll actually email both of y'all, whatever. So
if you want to promote the channel, you can if you want, unless you don't want this. Yeah.
I'll email you so y'all can research it and look at it and make sure it's on point. But anyway, so I'm watching his channel. He had a channel for a long time. He's reviewing the episode of Atlantic Housewives. And he's like, well, side note, I hear that this guy's talking on Tasha K. Well, let me tell you, this guy on Tasha K, I know him because he was dating my best friend. He was the boyfriend of my best friend, not Britt's husband, the accuser. He said, well, the accuser, he has scammed. Again, there was so many scams and things, and and he did his friend dirty in a relationship and all type of stuff. So this guy on YouTube, he knew the accuser because the accuser dated one of his best friends, and he
Yeah.
did his best friend dirty. And then the accuser also had a lot of legal issues to a point that it was in newspapers before YouTube was even a thing. It was some legal issues in the newspapers. So this is what that's the tea about the accuser. I'll give the channel. I'll email Curves and I email y'all so y'all can look at it and see. Because the guy's he's cool. He had a channel for a long time, and he was spilling the tea over there. It's like, oh wow, that was the first place when I came to your channel, Kristen, when I was saying, oh, Ming Lee, I got it from that channel. That guy knows the stuff. He knows these different things very much. So
yeah. What? So, all right. So with what Kenya showed, right? It wasn't from Brit. So there was webcam stuff after the 1 week she did, right? Or something. Like, I'm still a little bit confused on how she's trying to say that she got the
well, I think on her video she said she was angry at the dinner, then somehow or another or whenever she got a private investigator, and the private investigator was researching, came upon this information. And I guess that's when she decided to use it, or somehow.
It's not supposed to be on. Apparently, it's not. It's like not even the blowjob things was supposedly when she was younger with a boyfriend, right? So that's not webcam. That's not webcam porn. That's a boyfriend has a blowjob. Like, you guys have a sex tape, and from when you're a teenager, and somehow Kenya finds it online. But then the webcam pictures, obviously, she found online. That's easy. Which, again, we can't find them anywhere. I can't find them anywhere. I checked.
Yeah, so I think people are saying that maybe the timelines that, again, if we can believe what King is saying, that if King is telling the truth, which who knows if it's true or not, that at the time before the scandal broke, she was able to find all the stuff online, and then after the scandal and Bravo was involved and everybody was hurt, that the internet was scrubbed. So by the time everybody else decided to go, now I remember I was watching a live stream with Michelle.
Great.
Michelle ATL, she was over there. She was looking at the time.
I talk about that all the time too, Mel. You were in that live too, huh?
Yeah, because she was on. She was looking for everything fast, like within hours. So,
and it wasn't right.
I'm not sure how they scrubbed the internet that quick. So I don't know where she got those pictures from.
Brit seen Ming Lee and them hanging out, so she had to have known something was coming, right?
Right. I mean,
because all of that. I didn't think about all of that because I didn't know Ming Lee were filming. Nobody knew, right?
Exactly. We don't really pay attention to NPCs, right?
No.
So, and she's totally in the background, being a participating character, but we don't know because she's an NPC to us because she don't have a peach or a friend of role.
That's right.
And so that's even more true as to why Brittany Edie would have been more paranoid and even looking for stuff awkward from Ken even more, because she knows that Ming Lee came up to her and told her, I got a phone full of your ass up, face down, bitch.
No. Yeah.
No, she did.
Wait.
Yeah.
Lee went to Britt Edie before they filmed and told her at a party one time.
That's right.
That, I got pictures in my phone from 2011. And yeah.
Hey, but wait, and Curves, you know what? We can't bury the lead. The lead is that what Ming Lee said, again, this is on the blog. She said, I got this information, and guess what, Brittany? I'll use it on a rainy day if I want to. So basically, it was given like, she was intimidated. A threat. Yes. Mm-hmm. So now, Kristen Curves, so now you have this woman, before you even know what a housewife is, pop up on the scene with Kenya in scenes, and
and you did.
Right, and your intuition is like, oh my gosh, why is this woman in these scenes? Why is she connected with this woman? And also, why is Kenya now all the peaches are sweet like honey to me, but with Kenya she's asking about if I'm married or not. She's asking questions that other people are asking. Something is off for me. Now I'm not sitting up here angry, but I can't say, girl, are you giving this because you listening to Ming? It's mainly poisoning you. Like, what's going on? We can't say that. So I got to look like some kind of paranoid person. Yeah. So yeah.
I said there's something up. I thought that I heard that Kenya heard that she hooked up with Mark before. That Britt had hooked up with Mark.
Oh, I didn't heard that one.
I know. It's so weird. Because I'm like, I keep saying that because it makes a lot of fucking sense. That would make sense to me. If you're gonna ruin your entire life to get somebody back and be as manic as you was back, don't get involved. Don't tell me not to do it. Don't tell me not to do it. She was like, no, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like she didn't give a fuck. And it was like, whoa, like what did you just hear? Like what is wrong? Calm down, Kenya. Like take a second, breathe.
Not in mommy's juice. Like she
It
was.
was warned. She was warned by
mad.
Bravo. She was warned by the people. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. She did not listen. Why would you do that for somebody else's game? Like for somebody else's bit? Like you're doing that for Ming Lee? Like you did what Ming Lee threatened to do. So how the fuck are we supposed to believe it?
But and also too, ladies, you know what we got to remember too is not like Kenya, and again, all respect to Kenya, it's not like Kenya has not been physically attacked on the show and dragged by her hair. Okay, so now we have this iconic scene with Miss Sheree, and she's in the house in Kenya's house, just dancing and smiling and cheesy. When Porsha comes in, just looking like she's enjoying the moment. Now, what does Kenya do when she feels uncomfortable in her own home? She walks over to Porsha and asks her, you know what? We haven't made up since you attacked me. I do want you to leave my house. I mean, that's what. Now, Porsha physically attacked her. Why she didn't take that route with Britt is still nobody's really answered.
Because she wanted to humiliate her, and that's one of my problems. Okay, I'm glad because people are like, production failed Kenya. How did production? Did they blow up the boards?
They told her. They told her not.
I'm like, this is all on Kenya. Do you guys think that production failed her somehow?
No, wait, back up real quick. Porsha attacked Kenya when she kicked her, or no?
No, it was at a reunion, and Porsha dragged on the floor and all that.
No, are you serious? Why do I not remember this?
You remember that?
No.
Yeah, and so that's why but people was like, oh, that's why for me. So this is the thing, Krista. That's why I'm so surprised because Kenya has been physically attacked on the show, but the way it when the following season happened, she did have to film with Porsha, but she did it at her own. She did it at her own free will. And then at one point, production or some delays said, "Oh, Porsha, after you had this issue with Kenya, you physically attacked her. Why don't you go to her home, her housewoman, uninvited?" So what happened was, now she could have felt totally threatened. She went to Porsha. She stepped to her and said, "Listen, you know what? We haven't really made up, and I do want you to leave my house." And that was all it was. Porsha went out the door. So she has physically been attacked, and she handled it differently a couple of years ago. Now,
I love it. I love it.
Oh my gosh! But Curves, am I lying? Isn't that's the way?
No. So you don't remember that famous reunion?
No. Why do I remember
when
picking somebody?
Porsha was sitting at the end of the couch and Kenya got first chair and she brought a bullhorn. You don't remember the famous bullhorn?
No. What season was that?
And she brought a bullhorn and a scepter.
I think it was season 6.
Like a queen scepter. And she kept reaching across. Is that the same reunion where Nene wore that pink velvet dress? Is that the pink velvet dress reunion?
I'm gonna look it up right now. Let me see.
Because sometimes people can remember from the dress, because that dress wasn't that great, but it was very fuchsia pink.
How come Porsha didn't get fired for that?
Because even Nene helped her not get fired, and they just said that she got provoked because Kenya was putting a scepter in her face, and that was the first time we saw Cynthia's titty. And
I remember Cynthia's titty. Oh, wait, how come I remember? But I don't remember why her boobie came out.
Yeah, so we saw Cynthia's titty because she was getting reached across, and her titty popped out her dress when she was like trying to get out of the way.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That was season 6 reunion.
Oh, wow.
And so this is why when it comes, so the thing too, when Kenya first got there, I was a team twirl because I was just like, I'm loving her energy. Before they even had YouTube or whatever, it was on Twitter. And she was interacting with people on Twitter. At one point, she DM'd me on Twitter because I was like, oh my gosh, you got to say this, you got to say this. So she sent me her email as for me to sort of send, to communicate with her about maybe things that she can talk about. This was like maybe 10. This was a long time ago. This is when they didn't have it. So I was a team. I loved Kenya at the beginning. So now for me, I'm thinking she has had experience with physical altercations and things like that. And so the biggest point in the cap is when Porsha came there after she physically attacked her, and she came to her house unwelcome and uninvited,
Uh-huh.
she simply told her to leave her house. That was all.
Yep.
That was it.
I think Kenya would fuck Porsha up if she could fought back. I really think she.
I
That's
think
ballsy.
Porsha is scrappy. Porsha's a scrappy one.
But I think this bitch can fight. I do.
Well, I agree with you. You know what, Krista? Listen, people say much about Kenya. We've never seen her fight, but Porsha did. Yeah, that was it right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
But
Porsha.
Porsha, she did. What do you call it? She did.
Portia's in the white, Ken is in the red, and
Yeah.
Cynthia's in the black.
That Cynthia looks good right there. I mean, look at Cynthia's. Look at her eyes.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
That was the moment.
I must have totally missed this whole. I don't know. See, like for some reason, I know Atlanta, but I watched Atlanta, but I must have not watched the reunions because the only reunion I remember watching is the one with the drug accusations with Candy and all.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
Mhm.
See, all right, so then we have, but Kenya also didn't she pull a pow out and say, "Oh, this is for Phaedra, I'll put a hot one," in.
Yeah, she did.
She played with it in the closet.
And it was on camera.
She was in the closet.
All right, well, then
So
it still counts. Like,
I feel like it still counts. So okay, here's my thing. I did a thing on this weekend
and she admitted it. So.
where Kenya pulled out, she brandished a weapon, named a target, said she would use it. The component missing was Phaedra there physically. Now we have now we have Britt, who said she had a pow pow, never showed a pow pow, said it should be for Ken, but the component that was missing was the actual pow pow.
Or that she was in front of her face. She wasn't in front of her face either, you know.
Right, right. But she was in the vicinity. At least she was in the vicinity. Right.
Right.
So they're both missing major components, I feel. However, in our research, it did say that if you show that you have the means to carry out the intention, so that would be actually brandishing a weapon, shows you have the means to carry out the intentions. But if there's only words and she never showed her gun to anybody that night, never went to the trunk of her car and started popping off and or nothing like that, that's not a threat. Hey, Miss Kiki.
Honestly, I think she was talking about the Sex Pistols on the radio. And they must have changed or something in some video. That's what I said to Kenya. I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, I heard something about Sex Pistols and some change. I said, nobody's talking to you. I'm just saying. They could have been. Like she said, I have whips. She said chains.
No, she said pistols and whips. And that's our other point is that the mention of whips negates the pistols, because who says that in the same sentence? Like, you're going to use one or the other. Obviously, she was joking if she's talking about whips with pistols.
Exactly.
That doesn't even go together.
So
it's Guns and Roses. It's not whips and pistols.
So if I was Brit, let me tell y'all, ladies. So I thought about this. If I was Brit, I would gag everybody come Halloween and come out there looking like Catwoman with my whips and everything. Because you know what? In the comic book, Miss Catwoman was the one that had her pistols and whips and all that. So that's why I was saying. I said, Kenya, what are you doing? Running from a deranged Catwoman? Like, what you afraid of? Because Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer, who just got her walk away. I love Michelle Pfeiffer. She played an iconic character who had those. That was her character. Had those whistle pips and all firearms. Don't mess with Cat. That's what she was. That was Catwoman, and she also talking the kitten voice. Sometimes Britt get the kitten voice too. So
I would love that. If all the housewives were in kitten costumes.
So I thought that's what it was given. Like she was running from a deranged Catwoman.
Well, she wasn't really. She actually, but she never told her not to come. She said she told Bravo. She said Bravo didn't protect her. Bravo did try to protect you because they told you not to do the signs thing. Told you not to do what you said you were going to do. She never asked for security. She didn't tell security. Like, she did not feel threatened. Her life did not feel threatened. That's the thing. Her life, in my opinion, she didn't feel threatened by her. She said she did. But you wouldn't have provoked the bear. You wouldn't poke the deranged Catwoman if you were with that kind of information, which that is something where somebody could kill you. Like, I'm telling you, if the right bitch or wrong bitch would fuck you up over that, would literally probably end your life for what you did in real life. Like, I just feel like that would be something you would destroy somebody. So, like, Kenya should have known that was something that like crazy like that could set a deranged Catwoman who was a pal after you off. Like, why would you, you're so afraid of you and your daughter from this deranged Catwoman with a pal that never even held it to your head or said it was like, even said it was for you. Well, should people like you, women like you, bitches like you. I'm sorry, bitches like you.
Right.
So like she really technically all this, I feel threatened, I feel you didn't protect me. She like that doesn't even math. Like what you did doesn't even math.
No, because we've seen her physically get attacked.
Right.
And then we saw the aftermath, and we saw how she dealt with it afterwards. She dealt with it. So she dealt with it the way that you're supposed to. She put up a boundary with the production and with the cast. She didn't film with Porsha for a very long time. And if Porsha showed up to places where she was not invited and Kenya was there, either she would leave, or if it was Kenya's event, she would ask her to leave. It was very cut and dry. That. And listen, I don't have no issues with that. If you still don't feel like you've forgiven a woman for embarrassing you by dragging you by ponytail, listen, you don't have to be around her. That's the way it is. So
in real life,
that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
And happening. You're not hanging out with somebody like that. You're not.
So when this happened with Britt, I assumed as a person who watched this show for years that she would say, "Okay, production, I know we've had a toxic history, but let me tell you something. I'm not filming with her until I feel comfortable, the same way I did with Porsha a couple of years ago. And when she showed up to any event that I'm there or whatever, I'm going to either ask you to remove her, or I'm going to ask her politely to leave. I'm grown. I'm not playing no games, no tricks, no stunts, no shows. I'm too grown for that." Exactly. She didn't take that route, and now she want to justify it with all this.
My life is in danger. My daughter's
yeah.
And your daughter,
but for her to also have said in her confessionals that was all lies, that her intention was to share some wisdom. She could have shared that. She could have shared how to get over disrespect the way that she used to get. But it seems like the more geriatric Ken gets, the further from reality she's becoming. I'm not sure. Usually people get wiser when they get older, and she just did her first felony. So I'm like, I don't know.
I want to see if she even responded to my messages. Let's see if she responded to my messages. It was a very long comment on her confessionals last week. Because, oh my God, I'm the last person that commented.
Did you see the confessionals, Mel?
Did you see it, Mel?
Yeah, I did. Of course, I watched it, and you know what? Not to be messy. Actually, there was. So this is the thing. So I was enjoying another channel, right? And so I'm just not going to go there. But what I'll say is that some of these on a smaller channel. Okay, what's going on here?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying you looking for your comment.
I was going to give her my messages up while you were talking. That's the one I left her.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
If she responded or not, but go ahead. I was going to read it to you guys.
No, you can read it. I want to see it.
It's so fucking long. Okay, I wrote a couple. Hold on. I think there's one or two. Let me see. That's the last one. Okay, so I think this is the first one. I said, "Can you stop it? Stop confusing what you did and what she did. It's not rigging the game. Liar. Proof otherwise. Where?" Because she said she had proof that she didn't have a gun. The BJ you showed was not readily available. It was her and her ex-boyfriend. The webcam photo also is it's a felony to show unsolicited porn to others. Do I need to attach the law in Georgia? You keep wanting to move on from false facts. You're a fake liar and keep coming on here and answering questions, please. There's no such thing as alternative facts. So it was calculated and you're trying to change the narrative. And what the fuck are you saying? Moving your head all around, rolling your eyes. You look sick. And why would she want you to expose her? Are you not found out? Are you the found out police? I said, are you the found out police? You're not. Make your mind up. You committed a felony. You're playing a victim and an aggressor. You confused taking accountability with all the butts. She butts after shit. Receipts on waiting. You did not hear her, liar. I can't deal with you. And then I think I put on one more. So you are rich. You are so rich. You have 800,000 in cars, et cetera, but you cried you needed to spend $400K on Brooklyn's college fund. So rich though, but you can't even stop. You can't even go to school and get a license. You're not doing hair. You're not legally allowed to touch it. You don't even care enough to learn. You cannot style. You cannot step in. The most you're allowed to do is shampoo. And nobody is talking about you. I can't wait for my replies. And she never replied.
So you know what? Listen, I'm surprised that the twirl people didn't just go crazy because they don't like nobody talking about.
I'm like, where's my message back? Nobody wants to respond. Where's
Right.
all Isn't that crazy that nobody responded? I thought for sure I would get
You
destroyed.
thought somebody was gonna try to play with
Yeah.
you. No, I got a lot of team twirls in my thing about her.
Really?
And
Where's the
yeah,
one
they be
team
coming
girls
over,
coming
they be
for
coming
me?
over there talking about I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
get
Oh
the
yeah, they like
I love to
playing
engage
with
in that
me.
shit because I think I'm right. Like I really would like to know why they think otherwise. Why does she think otherwise? Like why does she think she doesn't have proof? She said she has proof that there was no pow pow, right? Where? How do
Mhm.
you have proof? Or that there was? Where is your actual proof, Kenya? What proof do you have? Her talking on Instagram saying I always have a pow pow doesn't mean she did it by filming because now we're filming and she knows that's a rule not to do because she had a pow pow all the time before. You all do. You all do when you said it. Everybody carries. Okay, you're allowed to.
That's right. That's true.
So she knows that she's not allowed to have it on set. So why would she do it while they're filming? Kenya, that's not
Yeah.
proof. So she goes, oh, and then she's like, oh, I talked to a lawyer to make sure. I thought, oh, maybe I thought I did something
Hey,
wrong.
April.
It's like, oh, hey, April Morgan. No, Kenya, you did. I don't know what fucking lawyer you're talking to. Fire that motherfucker because he told
Right?
her wrong information. Because
And and again too, I was going to say again too at the reunion, her words again. Obviously, I'm happy that she protected herself when it came to those people trying to rob her. She pulled out her pow pow to get the people off her property. Kenya did, but I will say, and at that reunion, she said it proudly. Said, "Listen, I'm always sitting already. I'm always carrying. I'm always, she enjoys her pow pow herself. So listen, that's not my thing. But yeah, all the ladies always they love their pow pals down there. They all do. So but the thing I would ask Kenya is if you feel that you have enough sense to not break the rules by doing things out of term, why do you feel that Britt does not have that same kind of sense like you just said? If Kenya loves her pow pow, what she has said many times she does. She loves having it. She loves her,
pink or something too, I think.
She loves it. There's a picture of her taking people off her property. She loves it. So now Britt said that she uses it for her protection, maybe because with things she's gone through. Both ladies love the protection they feel from having a pow pow. And I believe that both ladies are smart enough not to bring it to filming. So
exactly.
That's the way
especially if you security's there, they might check your bag. Why in the world, especially if this person says they feel threatened by you, you're going to go to another event. I'm saying the event that she went to with Kenya. You know what I mean? Like she's not going to bring. I don't know. Even if she did have it, there's no proof, and Kenya needs to shut the fuck up about it because she's like, "Where's the proof?" Oh, they just cut the investigation. She's fucking over Bravo, talking shit on Bravo.
It's the trash. She's mad because she got no storyline. Yep.
Yeah.
She took out Andrew. Exactly. She's going to try to. Yep.
Everybody's saying everybody is
What's
saying
good, G Sora? Porsha has no storyline. Exactly. Why is she back? They thought they mad. Whoever even took the picture has her all in the center of the picture, like she was gonna be given center peach energy, and she's a side chick through and through. She's not center nothing. She may as well be coleslaw, baked beans. She's not giving entree this season.
Kitty Moore.
Where's my steak, Portia? I need some meat.
That I'm sorry, I don't.
But now on that part, I'm going to say to you ladies, I have to drop down. But if y'all live later on or some other time this week, I'll be back. But listen, this was great. I'm glad I got a chance to call in. And Courage, when you go live, you got to drop that link so I can call in when you're.
I do need to. I'm sorry about that. I was simultaneously simulcasting this to my channel. Didn't even tell the people. But
no. You know what? I think that one time I think sometime on your channel because I don't have the Instagram anymore like we used to.
That's why we can't find you, Mel.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to email because that's the way I talk to people through the email now. So
nice.
I need to email because I know you send your links to.
I still don't have an email from you. I'm looking.
I'm going to do it today. I'm going to do it today. So that when you have the link to send out, I'll be there, and I'm going to email Krista too because I want to tell you both when I listen to that man talk about the accuser and all that stuff. So I want to tell you.
Right.
So okay. Do we know who was in the video with Porsha with Drew yet or no? Do we know who was? I'm not Drew. With Britt, like who was the guy?
I'm not going to entertain that video at all. Porsha, that was wrong.
That's what she wants, though. That's what Kenya wants.
Makes me complicit to try to figure out whose penis that was. Does that make me complicit in revenge porn?
Probably
try to identify that person. I don't know.
Listen, it was revenge. It was porn used as revenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like that guy also is part. He should be able to sue her too, or they should charge her. He should be able to charge her too. I don't know. And she tried, and she also said that I don't know. It must be another comment I left, but I said, why do you? It is not the word. This is the worst thing that's ever happened on Housewives. It is the most.
Yeah.
It is the two. This is the farthest and the lowest.
Well,
Anyhow,
maybe you said that under my video where Candace Dillard Bassett, I asked her the question in her live,
yeah.
did Kenya go too far? And she said, no, Kenya didn't go too far. Worst has happened
Where?
on these shows. And I'm like, I still want to know what other felonies have we seen committed on this show? What other felonies?
Right. Worse than showing somebody, because it's not, she couldn't even think of anything in her confessionals, Kenya. She said, oh, well, that Vanderpump Rules thing. That what do you mean? That's nothing. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Like, totally different. She sent her own porn back. She said the porn that she found back there, the person that sent it. It was a back and forth. From Tom's phone back to Raquel. That's it. Nobody else saw it. And then she deleted it. So that's not the same, Kenya. And it wouldn't be different on another channel. She's talking about all this violence and shit on Jersey. Listen, we're not talking about violence, Kenya. We're talking about revenge porn. It's
Right.
like there's nothing more lower than what she did. Like that is the lowest, and she really, in my eyes, I don't know if you guys think she deserves not to be there though. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I feel like if you do a felony, you probably shouldn't be on TV.
But they like felonies for some reason. You know what I mean?
Well, the other Jen Shaw did a felony. She had to get off.
Because she's
Teresa did a felony. She got put on a timeout. I mean, was in prison.
All of Jersey have felonies.
Yeah.
Frank has one.
But they didn't do them on the show for our entertainment.
That's true. Well, Teresa did, but yeah.
And they didn't do them after, specifically Bravo and NBC, Truly, and all of them got we went over the new contract that they got. They got new contracts where, especially after Scandival, they have new contracts where this type of stuff is zero tolerance. It's like literally zero tolerance in her new contract that she just signed.
Okay. I was gonna say, just email both of y'all, but I will follow up and send the channel of what I was talking about. I was gonna say too, you're right about New Jersey. What's so funny?
I did talk about New Jersey. We did.
I was gonna say to both of you ladies, so Potomac and New Jersey were my favorite. I'm obsessed with New Jersey, but I'm obsessed with New Jersey because I love Kim D little show that she does. Okay, we ain't gonna talk about her.
No, we have a
okay. So, but the thing is, when people do research into Carolyn Manzo's family, and Dina Manzo, and all that stuff, and what happened, it blows my mind. That's all I'll say about that. I want more information. I want more deep dive.
The Sopranos were they are Mrs. and Mrs. Soprano, and Christopher and Drea are Dina and Tommy. Yeah. And they are Mr. and Mrs. Soprano. I promise you.
Wow.
And that's what makes me love Danielle over there, the original Danielle. That's what makes me love her, because she was standing up to them, and she didn't back down, even though she could have, Anyway, I love classic New Jersey because they listen. They most of the stuff they have going on, they can't show on TV. Like, oh my gosh. So.
We could
anyway, but I'm going to follow up because I want to send you that channel that I got so you can watch the video.
Yes,
but I will talk
right on.
Talk to you soon.
Now, what does G Sawyer? Thanks for coming through. But what does Britt need to be held accountable for? We already went over the false narrative that she did a bona fide threat with a pow to Ken. We already discussed the elements required for it to be the type of threat that Kenya could say she feared for her life. Right. Doing some shit a week later, you weren't in fear of your life. No. If Kenya would have popped out a poster porn, a peen poster board at the bank when Ken was told she had pistols and whips by Britt, if at that moment she would have pulled out the penis board and said, I'm so afraid of you. Look, you used to suck dick, bitch, you insurance fraud hoe. That would have been something totally different. But she waited a week. So my thing is with people who are trying to buy in, they want a soft place for this bitch to land so hard that they are literally leaving logic out of it. She took a week. She plotted. Yes. She conferred with an attorney. She made people sign NDAs. She planned this. She accepted flowers. She never at no time told Britt not to show up because she wasn't scared for her life. She never turned Britt away at the door because she was never scared of Britt. So
never.
all these people trying to pretend like, what about Britt's accountability? What does she need to be accountable for? What does she need to be accountable for? And I'll wait, but not too long because there's nothing you can say. Because what does she need to be accountable for?
Listen, she was accountable for what she said. She went to the group and apologized, right? She went around and said, I was sorry. Should have never said that. Because they were like, girl, you lost your mind. Like, what were you saying? Before Kenya did all this, she had apologized to the whole group. And then she tried to apologize to Kenya, and Kenya wanted nothing to do with it. And holding her accountable, going and having that investigation, and they couldn't do anything because they couldn't prove it, right? Jen was going to jail for 14 years. I know. Jen should be in there for a longer than 6 years, honestly. Especially the Chrisleys. The Chrisleys are fucking criminals before we saw them as criminals. The Chrisleys were criminals. That was the whole thing. But
so I'm just like totally wondering.
Well, that's what I think.
Even my friend Allie from Miami.
Hi, Allie from Miami. How are you?
I think she said G. Yes, I've been saying that. So I'm not sure if she was saying what about Benadryl Britt or what about accountability, because she was contrite. She immediately apologized. She said how sorry she was. She tried to make it right with that person too. And she did all the right things. Ken waited a week, didn't do anything. And she says, look, Ken is such a liar. I don't even know that she went to production. I don't even know that she actually called production. She's such a fucking liar. First she was going to hire a PI. Then she told Tamron Hall that she found it another way. Then she gets on at her soliloquy and says another thing. And now she just lied in her confessions for 32 minutes and says she went to a porn site and that's what makes it legal when that's exactly what makes it a felony. She's a dingbat and you guys are listening to her. It's weird.
I know. That's why I said I asked very valid questions. I don't know why I can't get an answer. She said, please leave questions. I will answer them. I will address them. And it's just like
she's not answering our questions. She's not answering our questions.
I didn't even get a
twirl. She wants to answer a team twirl question because she knows they're dizzy enough to see her point in all of this. That's what's happening.
The point. The point is what? She didn't tell you, Kenya. I'm sorry, nobody owes you their fucking sex history. Nobody owes us that. We don't, that's not our business. We don't really give a fuck. In my opinion, I don't give a fuck what kind of past you.
I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck that Britt Eadie's my husband might be gay or bi. I don't give a fuck about the sex part. No, I really don't.
None of that. Like I could see if she was, I don't know, a fraud like Angela who doesn't actually have a mortgage license when she said she did. There's no such fucking thing. She actually, I think she can't even broker it because she got caught doing some weird ass shit with money. Acting like her husband, her dad's husband or wife, or wish she was the dad's wife in one loan. And then am I right about this? Yeah, Angela. She was that, and another thing. She did all kinds of weird shit with mortgages and fraudulent. She shouldn't even have a mortgage broker's license, which she doesn't. That's not such a thing. But
according to what we've discovered on Lipstick Alley, that's true.
And I think I Googled what's I said, do you need a mortgage license or something like that? Because I did mortgages for 10 years. I didn't have a license, but I worked at a brokerage that brokered the mortgages.
Right.
But I know I could go to a class or something, but I learned, but I want to know what she's, listen, this is whose side are you on? So I like everybody's side. I like to know because I like Laura just said, like, I want to know, like, sometimes I want answers because I don't think that.
I totally
curious. I'm just curious because I don't ever see. Sometimes it's hard for me to see other perspectives, and sometimes it's good because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You might be. There's sometimes I'm just like, I'm like BPD, so I'm like I have tunnel vision where it's like, yes, it's either one or the other. I can never be in the middle for some reason. I have a hard time being like in the maybe thing in the maybe middle part with things because I'm like because I just don't. It's hard for me to do that. It's just the way my fucking mentalness is. I guess it's called black and white thinking. It's like it's either. I'm either 1 or 10, it's I can never even. I don't think there's like no world where like I forgive people for things. It's weird. Like my sister's like, you're a sociopath because I cut people off and don't ever talk to them and like they're dead to me. But it's not after one thing, it's after like 10,000 things and you stole from me. You know what I mean?
Me and my mom were just talking about that, how I cut people off for a reason.
Yes.
Like you have to have like done something and then I'm like done with you. I don't usually just like wear out on people and just fade out unless there's something done. But I also don't have a lot of people that I
Well,
connect to, you know?
I did
I
in
don't
my
know. It's
wedding.
interesting.
Listen, like I had my wedding, these 5 fucking Brits bitches. I given over in Jersey, fucked over by the best of them. And I cut them out a long time ago. My ex-best friend. I got triggered for a tiny little bit about season 5-ish or 6-ish when the meth head shows up on camera, like, get the fuck out of here, you scumbag. And like tries to like tell a whole narrative, blah blah blah. Like that was the whole thing. But like ever since then, like I think I got over like maybe a year. I don't know if they ask Aaron. I was crying about that for like 2 years. I freaked out about that for about maybe 2 years into this. Like a year and a half, I've been able to forgive, but not ever see them. Like not ever like, but like in my heart for myself. It's like when I cut them off and they're dead to me, it's not easy. Like it's just the way I am. And like, it's not easy at first because obviously I was hurt, but like, you know, a lot by somebody that was my half of my soul for like 25 years, this girl, you know what I mean? So like, when it comes to like the rest of them, I can fuck up all by myself. I don't need you to fuck up with me. I can do it alone. So it's like, sometimes I cut them off for them reasons. And the other reasons, because you're fucking still doing, you're either stealing from me or still doing drugs. Listen, I don't tell you not to do drugs. I am not the one to tell you not to do them. I'm telling you not to be a liar, a thief, a sneak, a snake, and a snitch. And that's what when you do drugs and you act like that, that's when it's a fucking problem for me. And you're stealing from me, leaving shit laying around my house. I don't do shit. Like my house is not drug friendly here. Like you don't bring things here and lose my cats. Like they're like my children, you know? And it's like, I just cut people off and it's like, you stole from me. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. And I'm not a sociopath for doing it. But it's like, like you said, you don't connect. I do not. There's something that happened with me. I used to be very codependent. I was codependent. Like I didn't move out of my parents' house until I was like 30 in my 30s. Like, cause I don't like to be alone. And then I'm with George and I meet him and something happened. Like I was always with my friends and then something happened. And like, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. And now I have a problem having company. Like I don't even know how to entertain anybody. And my house, I make my yard for entertainment. Everything in this house is for entertaining, but we don't entertain. You see my yard? Like I did that for other people. That I'm like, wait, I don't like people here. But I think I'm just very like screwed. You know, like there's no world where I would forgive Kenya if that were me. You know what I mean? And there's somebody's like, oh, you have to forgive.
Absolutely not. And to have these other bitches sitting on the first time I get myself on a primetime show, and these other bitches are asking me at a nice lunch whether or not I get paid to sell my cat and asking me about blowjobs. I'm a classy bitch now.
Fucking business.
Why are you talking to me like this? You don't even know me like that.
Right? Like, I just got to know you. Well, no, you don't. Drew, shut the fuck up, you dirty ass wig giver. I will never forget her giving that dirty ass wig to somebody thinking it was a good read. Like, I'm sorry.
I don't understand why more women aren't upset. Like, she totally wants the entire world to only think of Brit as a dick gobbler instead of a professional woman. And even Ken admitted in her tirade that she used to be a video vixen too. So what the fuck is the difference?
Exactly.
Why are you bringing this up now?
And she said, "Oh, I should have never did it. I'm sorry about it." She admits, but she also had this very bunch is filled with hypocrisy. But like in her confessions, I know I said it was. I knew I should have never did it. But. That's why I'm like, your buts mean nothing. Stop saying you took accountability when you fucking didn't. You're still, and then she's the one who keeps saying, I didn't get it from somebody else. I didn't get it from somebody else. We didn't fucking ask you that. You volunteered. Yeah. You made yourself sound real fucking guilty that you did get it from somebody else. And unfortunately for you, Kenya, no matter where you got it for, it's still fucking revenge porn. It doesn't matter where the fuck you got it. It's still felonies. That's why she and her professor is like, let's move on from that. We're moving on from that. Why are we moving on from that, Kenya? Because you know that's the part that's a felony. That's the part you know you fucked up and didn't check the laws of Georgia. That just
She wants to move on from a filmed felony and only talk about what's running around in her dizzy brain. Okay.
And what this girl did to her and why she she did. Listen, Bravo didn't do anything they weren't supposed to. You did. The girl Drew or whatever her name is, I keep getting it wrong. Brit did not. You know, Brit said some shit when you guys were in the middle. You fucked with her first, Kenya, and you cannot believe. You're gonna make me believe this.
Hanging out with Ming Lee.
Yes.
Hanging out with Ming Lee.
Something's up with Kenya, dude.
Is enough to get her a little paranoid. That was enough.
But why would you? She was so full. Kenya was so sure of herself that night. There was nothing stopping her. And so it's like she was in like, something's not right to the story. I'm telling you, you wouldn't just do that for Ming Lee, right? Why would you just do that for somebody else to get a spot on the show, to get rid of somebody? What did she do to you? besides fuck Mark, which I'm telling you guys, one day we're going to find out that she thought that Mark and her hooked. I'm just saying the timeline would work because she's only been with her dude for 3 years. Why? I'm telling you, the production must have said, I don't know. I heard it. And
Well,
I
did
thought,
you hear that Mark moved in?
huh?
Mark got evicted in
From his
Brooklyn.
house?
Mark allegedly got evicted for non-payment of rent, and
Oh my God, no. Moving where?
yeah,
Kenya's?
allegedly he gonna be living with Kenya and the baby.
They're not even divorced, are they?
They're not divorced because you need a marriage certificate to get
I'm
married to
telling
get
you
divorced.
something up with that story. Telling you, I want her to. I'm my next question, if she never answers, why? There's no reason. There's no way you did this over that. There's no way. Why would you? No way. You weren't that mad. You were not that mad. The shit. Come on, man. You live in Atlanta. I'm telling you, you were not. You didn't feel threatened by that statement. She didn't. Come on.
She didn't.
She didn't. She fights
She's
with people
playing in our face the same way Porsha's playing in our face. She's only mad that Drew. I feel like she might be. I feel like actually Porsha might be a little more jealous, not over the whole filming thing, not over Drew and him hanging out thing, but didn't Porsha fancy herself a singer on this show for a very long time, and Dennis never helped her making no album.
A song like a kid. What was it? A kid song or something, or a lullaby?
No, but I mean, Porsha was in Candy's. Porsha was in Candy's plays. Remember, she was like "Amazing Grace." Remember, and Dennis never took her and made her a star.
And Shamia's out there doing her music.
Mm-hmm.
Are
you gonna watch Bravo's Love Hotel? I'm gonna get off of here in. I'm gonna get off of here in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, me too,
But Bravo's Love Hotel with Shannon Bedore, Ashley Darby, who I don't care about, and Satan's Neck, Giselle, I don't really care about. Nor do I really care about the Countess Luann and the pirates that she bangs. But was trying to, it's like gonna see how they navigate this. It looks like it could be fun. But
I'm obsessed with. All right. I have not watched any trial. I never watched any of the Karen Reed stuff. I thought that I knew what happened. I just thought what I heard was the truth. I am obsessed with these fucking. They have the whole Commonwealth of Boston has fucking framed this chick, and it's
what are you talking about?
The Karen Reed trial. The chick
Who's that?
Okay, so Karen Reed, her boyfriend was a Boston cop. 2.5 years ago, they were out drinking with a bunch of friends and guys, other cops, other people. They go to a bar. Karen and him get an argument. They're together. They live together. Karen and him get an argument, or they actually didn't get an argument. This guy was trying to hook up with her. This other
murder of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. Prosecution alleges that Karen Reed, hit O'Keefe with her SUV, then left him to die. Reed has pleaded not guilty and maintains her innocence.
They have they beat the fuck out of him. The guys beat him up and then put him out on the lawn, and they got caught with her her lawyer is amazing. He is fucking destroying. He's impeaching every witness for lies.
It's just other people were present at the scene.
There's a lot. You know what? There's a lot to say. Like, there's a lot to explain. So I don't know. Like, they're related, and the house that they were at was another cop's house, the Albertsons. The sister Jennifer McCabe, she was there too with her husband. They're all cops and shit. Karen was not there. Karen dropped him off.
Oh my gosh!
It's a lot.
Plus, is the first time it got put to trial was 2022, and it mistrialed, and now the second trial just began.
It's
right
amazing,
now.
And the defense on cross. The defense is destroying the witnesses, and it's not even. I didn't even get good yet because they had no idea that the cell phone data was. Oh, it's so good. I had to go back and watch all the backstory to it because I thought, oh my God.
Did Hulu or Tubi make a movie about it yet?
One of them did. One of them did a docu. Know who's good to watch? Know who you should watch? I'm going to send you the link. His name's Turtle Boy. He explains everything up. He explains it perfectly. He's actually the free Karen Reed person. I'm going to send you his link because that was the way. That's where I got all the information, and in less than an hour. And he's so good at it, and he's on her side. But he explained, and it's crazy because there's evidence proving what she had said. But the Commonwealth and even the judge is fucked. This judge should not even be in fucking This judge should
Oh,
not
and
even
she
be a
has
judge again.
substance abuse issues too, you
Who,
guys.
Karen? Who, Karen?
It says,
No,
oh no, that's Kim
no,
Richards.
that
My
was a
bad.
lie too. They were all alcoholics. They were all drinking and driving. Basically, is what they were doing. Basically, that what you come, it's really fucked, really bad. And I know I'm being a little like biased right now, but it's just very like it's just very obvious, and it's very scary that they could do that. Something like this could happen. Honestly, like something like this to happen is wild to me because it is obvious what they did, and it's a bunch of cops. And then when you see their cell phones and what they talk about other people and what they say about oh, we're getting him, he's going down. Oh, like what the fuck? They're like, no matter what, blah, blah, blah. Like they literally have all these other people roped in, like all these other, like, side witnesses, like witness to like, like the first responders. And it's like, they all lied on first of all, they lied in the, what's it called? The grand jury. Then they go to trial again. They get caught in their lies last trial. And then now this trial, it's not even 3 witnesses, not even the first day yet. Well, 4 days. And they've already impeached 4 witnesses already.
Whoa.
Caught them
no way. This is crazy.
It's so good. I'm so obsessed. I can't wait to get off here and watch it. I was like, I'm going to have a hard time doing my live.
Oh, I just got your link. Okay, darling. I'm going to tap out.
Yes.
Thanks for having me up.
Love you
this
so
was
much.
like I said, I still give it a 7.
I know, and I'm sorry that I was not really with it today. I'm sorry I'm not with it.
No,
I love
there
you.
was a couple of
You held it down for me today. You held it down for me, Larja.
I love you. No worries.
I love you. I love you.
Okay. Talk to you guys later. Everybody smash our buttons. See you in the next video.
And thank you, Curvy. I love you guys so much for coming over with us. I know you're probably on her channel, but I love you guys for even joining us. I'm sorry that I'm not really with it today. I was like, I had my notes and everything, but then I was like, something happened in my brain. I watched stupid Karen Reed thing this morning and my brain's not right. Now I understand why everybody's so obsessed with this case. I thought it was cut and dry. I did not realize that the Commonwealth was fucked like that. And it's scary. That is, if that could happen, I can't even believe the lies that were told and the people that are going to go and be arrested. The real murderers are the witnesses. It's like, what the fuck is that? Oh my God. It's so obvious that Higgins is the one to beat him up. Higgins and Albertson. And Code, what's the name? Connie Code. Listen, I'm all acting like I know these people. Okay, I'm going to go watch it. I love you guys the best. Lady Virgo, Kathy, my besties, all of you guys. And Mamir, definitely Mamir. Anybody that joined us too. Thank you guys, new people. And I'm telling you, if you guys have channels or social media, please put it in my chat. I'm not somebody that says, oh, don't advertise. I love people promoting themselves. I wish that everybody else would do that too. I find it very odd when you try to promote, even if you're just your link, when you're in a chat and you're like like-minded people and you're talking about a subject, like just, I don't know. I would definitely shut, like, I don't even know you guys. And if you guys have channels, I'm like, yeah, please do it. Like, I don't understand why other people don't, but anyway, I love y'all. I'm sorry that I'm not with it. And if you guys notice, I have ADHD, so I'm always playing with my hair and moving around. I'm like explaining myself to the new people like they care. All right, guys, I love y'all. I'm going to go watch the Karen Reed trial. I'm obsessed with it. I can't stop watching now. And I cannot wait for the McCabe's to get on there because now that I know what's happening, it's amazing. I suggest that Turtle Boy is the one to go to if you want to watch anything. He's so good. He just, I don't know how. I wish I could be like that. I wish I could just explain things in a short amount of time. Lady Virgo, what are you doing, lady? Okay, I love it. I want you to come up. I tell everybody come up. Why you didn't want to come up to say, listen, I'm going to put my link. I'm going to send you privately my link every time we go live. All right. I always send one to Larja, Emmanuel, and I'll send you one too. Because I love everybody. Hey, Liddell. Oh, everybody's joining now. Thank you guys for coming on. My TikTok didn't work today, so I was I thought you guys were TikTok people. I'm like, no, I recognize your name. I recognize your thing. We were just talking about Kenya, how I left her a voice, like I left her a comment. I have questions. I follow up questions for her live. I do. I have a lot of follow up questions and some rhetorical questions for Kenya. But it seems like nobody even answered me, not even Team Twirl. I don't understand. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to understand why this is the same. It's not. It didn't math. You didn't do that because you were scared of her. Don't tell me that shit ever again, Kenya. It's fucking, I don't know what. It's revenge porn. It's porn that you use as revenge. I'm sorry. That's what you did. You revenge. You showed it to other people. It was unsolicited. Yeah, you and I, when we're on the phone, but you and I both get this because we're the East Coast. Like, we're like, remember that one day? Those two, I'm not going to say what it was. The other two were like, me and Lady America. No, fuck this shit. That doesn't make no fucking sense. I'm like, see, you get it. Like, you understand. Virgo gets it. Like, fuck with me and find out. Like, it's just like, you can't. Like, I'm telling you, I feel like a lawyer when sometimes you're like, I never ask a question you don't know the answer to. You know what I mean? So like, my questions are usually rhetorical with these people. But Teresa and like Teresa and Louie and Joe Giudice. It's so crazy. Him and his story time. Like I always say, Joe Giudice is out there selling stories again. And then he goes on a channel and goes, "Oh, it's story time with Joe Giudice." He's telling the truth, and literally Teresa's being exposed in her lies because Joe's telling everybody what exactly happened. Like I always told you what I got. Nobody understood why she was in jail. Like nobody. She's like, "Oh, I don't understand what I did. It's just a bunch of paperwork." You don't understand what a mortgage application is when you sign somebody else's name. That's what it was. You signed your partner's name. Bitch, you're not Monica. I hate saying it. I get where's my EpiPen? She's not Monica fucking Chacon. She's goddamn Teresa Giudice. You knew whose name you were signing on those mortgage applications. You were signing your partner's wife. And then when you didn't satisfy the mortgage when you got caught, that's how you got in trouble, bitch. Stop lying. You're a liar. I can't stand it when they lie. That's what makes me. And then I'm like, who do I think I am? Like, but listen, the facts are, the thing is, like, there's no such thing as alternative facts, right? It's the truth is the truth, right? And all I do is take what Joe and Teresa have already said, and I know the truth, but I can take their own words and show them that you actually said this before. Like, I don't forget. I'm unfortunately literally my whatever the hell I am, brain person. Like, I don't, when it comes to that shit, for some reason, I don't forget. I might forget your name, but I'll never forget when you fuck up, like, for some reason. Because I was, listen, I'm honest about my fuck up. I was committing mortgage fraud at the same time. No, not the same. I was doing it in 2008 with the rest of them. When the whole, when the crash happened, we went from selling like 8 loans a month to 8 a year. And that was not going to happen with a bunch of girls, a bunch of people in their 20s who were like making a lot of money and didn't go to college because we thought this was going to last forever. So then we start committing mortgage fraud, like, oh, change a little bank statement here, put it under. Now Teresa's all signing different mortgages. All I did was change a couple bank statements, and then I fucked up with the IRS. But I do it with IRS money. But that's over the mortgage company. So I took accountability. I said, yes, I am guilty. I did this. And then I got in trouble for something else, but it was not my fault. I got roped in with my co-defendant. Yes, I did this too. Let me take my responsibility. I was on probation since I was 17 till I was 37. I was on probation for 20 fucking years. I didn't get off till I was 20 or 37. The feds are always watching also. Now what's funny? There's a video about the Karen Reed trial, and so it's called The Feds Are Watching. And they are actually watching all the people that have actually committed the murder. And he's got a video. I swear you just said that because literally that's what this video is about. It's like, it's so hilarious. It shows all the people that committed the murder. There's a whole other side note to this where like Turtle Boy got arrested by the Boston cops for like being the free Karen Reed trial. Guys, I could talk about this for hours. I like, why are people so obsessed with this? Then I've never watched any of the Chad Daybell or Lori Daybell murderers trials either. I only knew the truth. Like, and I was like, oh, that she represented herself. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, we have another Amber Heard. That drew me into then watching the Chad Daybell thing. And I thought this was just a fat piece of shit who was like not even that literally listened to whatever this bitch said. And really, he was the diabolical one. And he's a fat piece of poop that was saying really bad things about the kids. Like, it's these people on their cell phones again. What kind of fucking criminal, or even a cop? Why would the cops text each other? And then they get an affidavit not to get rid of your phones, and they go and destroy the phones and put them in a goddamn dumpster, and they drive 80 miles to an army base. They don't understand that they're going to extract the fucking data, dummy. Like, how are they so dumb? How are these people so stupid when they were actual police officers? How do you know how to commit a murder and not get caught? Like, everything that they have done when you see this trial, everything they did wrong is crazy. And she's definitely not innocent. They showed it on video how it was impossible for her to be in two places. It's just, I'm sorry, I'm going into so many different things. I feel like, okay, so I was trying to, like, there's something wrong with me because I go after Jax too. I'm like, why am I so angry? And I know that it's because Jax I used to be like Jax, and I can't stand his lies. But I'm like, why does it make me so mad? Like, I really feel like I need therapy sometimes. Because, like, I'll go in on Teresa, I'll go in on all of them, and I'm not saying anything that's not true. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not basing opinions. I'm not saying you're ugly or fat. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm speaking truth. And when you're not speaking truth, I call you a fucking liar and say, oh, no. She forgets I live here. I can throw a rock and hit this bitch's house. Like, you're not, I know everything, Teresa. And you want to just sit there and ignore it. She acts like I'm not here. She acts like I don't exist. I guess she doesn't think I'm important enough. I mean, I got 5 goddamn, literally a cease and desist every week for like 8 weeks from that motherfucker, like 1 a week at least. I'm just kidding. He's getting 2, but I was just exaggerating. But you know the whole deal. But who's watching? I love you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Sorry that no TikTok was not that you guys care about how many people watch, but and I never checked Instagram, and I feel really bad about that. Did I check Instagram, guy? Anybody on here that's oh, my Instagram's not on. All right, oh guys, I love you. It says it's live, but it's not. But guys, if you're not watching the Karen Reed shit, I would go watch it right now. It's on literally right now, and I'm so excited to get back to it. Emily D. Baker doesn't really. Actually, she takes forever. There's a lot of good channels that are doing it where you don't have to watch the bull crap. Like you can watch the at nighttime. A lot of people just like break down the good stuff, but oh wow, what a day it's going to be this week. It's just crazy. Like you're going to go for the 3rd time in front of it. Like, oh yes. Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you want to do it tonight? And I feel like I remember I told you I was going to go and buy all kinds of different makeup. What? Don't listen to me. Don't buy makeup that I did just because I tell you to buy it. You buy whatever makeup you want to wear, and because I wear everything. So if you want me to show you everything I do, I'll show you. But if you whatever you have, show me what you have, and I can work with what you have. Because I've been doing makeup my whole life, for a long time since I was 12. Mine, and then I worked. I was a manager at Ulta for a long time, and I did makeup. So, and yes, I have a cosmetology license. 2 to be exact. I got it twice because you cannot do a full face of makeup. Kenya, you cannot touch hair at a salon, or even in Jersey, you can't even own a salon without having a license, a cosmetology license. Kenya doesn't have one, and I don't know who's ever left in the chat. This is my problem. Now, if you disagree, tell me. I believe that Kenya, if she wants, she should have gone and gotten a beauty license or learned how to do the hair that she does there, that they do there, to own a salon. You can't even help. You can shampoo hair. That's the best you can do. In my world, I think that's fucked up. I think that you should have a goddamn cosmetologist. You should at least want to know the craft that you're promoting. Because if you have Kenya Moore Hair Care, Kenya Moore Hair Spa, Kenya Moore should know how to do hair. She should have a license and she might know, but she doesn't have a license to touch hair. No, not tonight. Monday Night Sports is on tonight. Sports is on tonight? Yeah, see, I'm not a sports person. Listen, I'm going to send you pictures of my garden. My gardens. I've been doing them all weekend. They're looking pretty good in the spot. And guys, and let me tell Dustin, all the little guys are coming up. Remember, I was like, it's not growing back. All my plants are out back. Good news. And wait, where's the possum? I don't have the possum video. I'll just show you the Snow White video. I told you I'm Snow fucking White. There's a possum now that had babies in my cat bed, inside my gazebo, inside the cat bed. She now lives there and sleeps there and does not give a fuck that I'm right there. I don't know if I told you, I scared the out of me. Yes, I'm Snow White, but I don't want to turn around and see you right there. I mean, even the goddamn you and this 1,000-pound sisters, you guys with this TLC stuff. Oh, and I haven't watched 90 Day Fiancé in so long. I have no idea Jasmine was pregnant by somebody else. There's so much going on in this world, and I can't fuck with Jackson. I don't know what's going on this week. My whole point was, I think maybe I need therapy or something. I need help. I mean, obviously I need therapy for my life, but like, I don't know what it makes me so angry. Like I feel like I need to say what I have to say. Look, I'm talking shit on them, right? And I'm saying, giving them my opinion. I really feel like yes. And she carries them on her back. Yes. I figured that's probably why she was in there. I didn't realize when she was licking something, it was licking the babies. And when she leaves, she carries them on her back. It's the cutest fucking thing. And apparently on YouTube, they say that you can make them your pet. Not your pet, but like they won't bite you. You can pet them. My squirrels, I showed you, they come right up to me. My raccoon does. She knocks on the back door and she's hungry and shit. Well, there's 2 of them, but yeah. So way back in my property where the cat horns are in my garden, I had to blow all the mulch and stuff that I had over there in the winter. So I interrupted her spot. I interrupted their spot because they built burrows back there. And I think when I blow the leaves and get rid of all the debris to get back to the plants, that's where they sleep. So I think that's kind of what pooped her out. Plus, I also leave cat food out because I have 3 cats outside. All right, I'm gonna go outside, listen to Karen Reed trial, and that's all. And I love you guys, and I will talk to you all in chat. Anybody that's on here that wants to, any good questions, anything you want me to cover, let me know. I will. Me and Mel gonna have a Jersey live because I need to pick Mel's brain, but I have a feeling that we're not gonna. So this is what the latest I heard about Jersey, real quick. I told you they might start filming in October. They hired 2.5, got rid of 2.5. You guys know who that is. Allegedly. Let me just say allegedly. That bitch is gone. Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Okay. Ding dong, here we come. Here, the wicked witch is dead. They dropped the house. Anyway, they dropped the house that she has $4 million on. So she's maxed out. This dude's good. The only thing they have left is her life insurance. So Teresa better stop eating what he's preparing. That's all I'm saying. Because that dude is crazy. You do. I didn't, but I stop it. I know they look just like them. I was a little freaked out at first. I'm in Jersey. I got sewer rats and everything too. I get it. It's Jersey. Listen, I'm Snow White with the Jersey wildlife. All right, you got the occasional sewer rat, the occasional river rat. What am I gonna do? I got my 17 squirrels that eat on my hand because they're now. If I don't have any peanuts, they sit there and come right up to me and look at me like I'm like feed me, feed me. The only thing I could think of is they saw me feed the cat, the raccoon, the possum, and the groundhog. That's why they come after me to feed them. Plus, of course, I leave the food out. All right. Snow White's got to go be her Snow White self. Okay. I love you all. Please come back and see me on Wednesday. And I don't know. I guess I miss everybody else's chats. I feel bad. I go in the largest, but then you guys, you don't want to see me. Listen, when you don't see me on my channel, I don't look like this at all. At all. So I don't want you to see me in my, non-makeup stuff. All right, that's stupid. I love y'all. You guys don't care. I love you, love you, love you. Chat me, please, on Instagram. Everybody follow me at Reality for Krista Marie. At Reality Krista Marie on all the platforms. We started on podcasts is on all the podcast platforms, including Spotify and Apple. Please do give me a 5-star rating. If not, that's fine. You give me a bad review if you don't like me, but please don't rate me unless you're going to do 5 stars. It really does. It does change a lot when it goes down. I only have a couple ratings on there, but a 5-star rating keeps me paid from Spotify. Well, not Spotify, but you know what I'm saying. Keeps the money coming in for the downloads. But it's fine. I don't ask anybody. Listen, I don't ask for any cash apps. I don't ask for any money. I've never have. Obviously, I have a membership, but nobody's but me and my sister, I think, and maybe Kathy or somebody. But I want to get I want to get a group together so we can do members only and make it, and I will do whatever you guys want to do. We can do any topic you guys want to do, members only. But I'm saying like Virgo, we could do I have the pole, teach you guys how to do pole dancing, which is literally exercise. And I could get poles are only $100 at Amazon. I wanted to do stuff like that, but I need to have members only or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to teach you guys how to Virgo. Tomorrow night's even better. Let me know, whatever you want to do. Or I can call you in the morning when I'm doing my makeup for this, and we could do that. That's actually not a bad idea. We could chat while I'm doing my makeup because I have the big mirror out and it looks like a glam room actually. And I can show you. That's actually not a bad idea. Wednesday morning. You want to do that Wednesday morning? I start my makeup around 8 a.m. and I get my hair about 10. I start my hair about 10. I get in the shower. Listen, I have a whole thing. I don't know why it takes me. So I get up at 3:45 with George. He leaves at 4:45. When he leaves, I get my thumbnail together. So I tan for an hour here. Then I tan for like an hour, and then I jump in the shower by 6. And if I'm not in the shower by 6, I'll be late. I was late today, wasn't I? Isn't that wild? It takes me 7 hours. Virgo, you're gonna have to literally tell me why it takes me so long. You might have to sit on the phone with me Wednesday morning and tell me what am I doing besides procrastinating? Because it shouldn't take me that long to do my hair and makeup. It really shouldn't. Why am I glowing blue? Looks like I'm glowing. Looks like a blue shit on my nose, doesn't it? I look like a cokehead, but it's like I see the glare. It's weird. I'm like, do I have green on my arm? Like, I'm inverted. Oh my god! Another thing with the Karen retrial. These motherfuckers tried to do a fucking. They broke her tail light on purpose, right? The cops, and they have it on video. And because they have it on video, they inverted the video and made it look like something else. The cops actually inverted it where the 4 was backward. It's wild what these people did to cover this crime up. All right, I love y'all. I'm gonna go watch it. Love you. Bye. Go to Turtle Boy. He's awesome. Let me put his link in here. This is amazing. This is so amazing. It's called. All right, you guys have to this link is amazing. So I'm going to send this larger again. It is so good. I'll put it in the chat. He explains everything and just everything, things I don't even know. And reasons like, I hope that I hope that the jury understands what's happened, because last time they did actually all the jurors, the mistrial, it was the judge that called a mistrial. The jurors after that said they were all voting to acquit her because they knew what was wrong. And they said, and somebody that's watching the jury this time is literally Turtle Boy. He's like, the jurors are amazed at what's happening because every time the defense, the prosecutor is putting on his case right now, so the defense gets to cross examine them, and it just goes very badly for them. every time. All right, guys, let's go. I love you. Bye. See you Wednesday, Virgo. Call me on Wednesday, or we'll talk in a couple days. In a couple minutes. A little bit. I love y'all. Goodbye. You guys know we're all chatty chats. Love you.